What is going on, guys? It is your boy TKD. Wanted to hear back in Blazing Swords. This is, of course, Road to Miles Morales, the weekly podcast series about any and all things Spider-Man Miles Morales as we head towards the release / are upon the release. That made no sense. Of Spider-Man Miles Morales. With me, of course, my luxurious co-host, the ArachKnight. How are you doing, good sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing just dandy, you know. And with us, of course, to the left of me, the slim, slightly tardy, but not shady one.
Slightly.
Tyrell Deathly. How you doing, good sir?
It's been 8 hours.
I'm feeling well rested.
So what happened was, we usually record around like noontime, you know what I'm saying? And the homie Slim was, you know, really rocked, 5-star, passed out, you know? So here we are, 8 p.m. I like it. I like the night recording.
I do. It's very chill.
Very
we
chill.
should have a saxophone playing in the background.
We should, you know, maybe I'll find some instrumentals with some saxophones.
I'm literally listening to the LA Noir soundtrack right now on Spotify.
Do you like chilled cow, ArachKnight?
No, I usually prefer mine, you know, medium rare.
Oh no.
Oh my god, you don't know what chilled cow is, bro.
No. I'm sorry.
Dog, on YouTube, it's like chill beats, like beats to study to. They're
Dude.
like really, really chill, like spatial hip hop, if
The
you will.
lo-fi
Super.
beats.
Have you heard
Lo-fi.
of Doom beats to rip and tear to? literally, that is a stream that you can look up right now and listen to Doom music 24.
It's basically it's
24/7.
okay. It's the same thing, but it's lo-fi beats.
Yeah. All right. So chilled cow.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right,
Tremendous.
I'll look it up.
Definitely.
I'll look it up.
Absolutely
Tremendous.
tremendous.
All right.
Definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. But of
And
course,
then I would. I'm sorry, but the picture that you see when you open up Chilled Cow, I have a wallpaper that's that, but Ahsoka and Coruscant. Carry on.
You like this?
you can catch the show here on youtube.com/source as well as your favorite podcast every Saturday by hitting the anchor link down below to find us on Apple Podcasts, Google. I guess it's now Google Podcasts. I guess it's not Google Play Podcasts anymore. I don't know. Spotify and any other major podcast service, or by just searching Plays and Source Podcast feed to support this show. You can, of course, like and subscribe, as well as become a member of the channel by hitting the join button to become a Prince tier or a King tier for $1 or $5 respectively, giving you access to different channel badges, emotes, as well as shout-outs and all PSS content, just like the homies, Caleb Kaiser, ArachKnight, Chungi, Owen, and Tapiwa Musa. Much love to the gentlemen. Big ups to y'all. Follow us on other platforms such as Discord and Twitter down below in the description as well. You know, I feel like we're going to talk so much because this is, of course, the Spider-Man Miles Morales Spoilercast. We are going to do a little bit of a, just a spoiler-free review before we get into the Spoilercast. But honestly, I don't really want to talk about games that we've been playing. I think that we want to spend the bulk of our time talking about this game.
I've got nothing. You know? I've got really nothing to say other than this game.
The one time I play more than Madden.
I mean,
No,
like,
but
damn,
it's cool. It
things.
doesn't matter. There's only one game that we've been playing that actually matters.
True.
And it sure isn't Madden.
How about just tell us what you've been playing, ArachKnight? I mean, I'm sorry, Tyrell. How about just name it? I'll name my games been playing, and then we'll just move on. You know.
Batman: The Telltale Series, Season 1.
Okay. Since we last recorded, I beat Miles Morales. I beat Black Ops Cold War. I beat Astro's Playroom. I started Ratchet & Clank 1, and I started Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I've been busy.
Yeah, I've been busy.
I've been busy, so those have been what I've been playing. It all good across the board. All good across the board. Good to exceptional, but all good across the board. But let's get into some news topics. Just two of them, just to get us in to the whole conversation. But ArachKnight put this in our iMessage group chat, and I guess there's been some weird glitches. I'm not sure how this happens in Miles Morales, but people have been turning into objects in the game. I've seen a patch of snow. I've seen a brick. I've seen a trash can. Anything else you guys have seen people turn into?
I've only seen the trash can.
Yeah, no, it was really nice of Insomniac to put me in Miles Morales. It's crazy.
Yikes.
Oh man, yeah.
It's crazy.
I've seen a lot of different things. So apparently, according to Push Square, link below in the description, there's also links of people becoming a stool, a splash of milk. How does that even happen?
A splash of milk.
Well,
Is that in the beginning when that one character spills that liquid on the rug? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Is it then?
Perhaps, but for a splash of milk, I guess it's its own texture, like it's its own asset.
But like, where in the game do you see milk?
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
There's all, this is gonna be a good one, I can tell. You can also be a fridge, a beer bottle, and a ketchup bottle as well. The only thing that I have ran into here is that one time I was doing a side mission, and wait, I'm trying to remember. Oh, right, okay. I was doing a side mission, and I think the game intended me to be Miles, but I was in my suit. And they were talking to me like I was Miles and referring to me as Miles.
I know exactly what side mission you're talking about, because my character model didn't even load.
Mine had that little thing. Yeah, so it's probably the same one maybe. But that was the one thing that happened to me that was a weird glitch where I was like, okay, I don't think I should be having my suit on right now. I think I should be Miles right now, but I digress. I don't know. But yep, that's happening. There's some cool stuff in there. Is this glitch a part of that one clip that we saw on Twitter where people got to play as Peter Parker in his advanced suit?
Most likely.
Yeah, more than likely. I'm surprised that it had all of his animations.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess if they're building off of the original game, I'm sure there's a lot of code that they're using that's similar, So I assume buried in the code, it's got to be Peter Parker stuff, So
yeah,
I guess that kind of makes sense. But.
I'm sure they just copy pasted his stuff because there's no reason to get rid of it. Because in the moments that you do see Peter, he's doing his normal Spider-Man stuff, like what you would expect to see from him. So.
Good point. Yeah, good point. Well, I don't think this is anything that crazy. Like, I don't really think it's like that big of a deal, honestly. It's buggy, but it's not like it's like broken or whatever. So I'll just give it a pass. It's all good. But yep. So you can definitely look on Reddit and see people playing as inanimate objects in Spider-Man Miles Morales. If you want to do that, you can do so. Next up here, there was a employee at PlayStation. He is the global marketing leader over at PlayStation, and he updated his LinkedIn page to say that he was a part of marketing. He was a part of marketing Spider-Man back in 2018, the OG Spider-Man, and he boasted that the game has sold more than 20 million copies since its release. So. We haven't actually got those numbers officially. Like, the only numbers that we have of recent was 13.2 million back in August of 2019. So apparently it sold over 20 million as of this point. Super cool to see. Super cool to hear. Makes it, I think, one of, if not nearing the most sold PlayStation exclusive ever. So that's really cool right there. So figured I'd throw that in there,
Dude, that's great.
So apparently.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, so apparently 20 million people, or at least 20 million units out there of Miles Morales. Of Spider-Man. God damn it. Of the original Spider-Man. So that's cool right there. Figured I'd throw that in there. And I guess that is about it, guys. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to roll into this. Yeah, so this is where things get interesting, okay? So we're going to take like 5-10 minutes probably to give our spoiler-free review of Miles Morales, and then I'm gonna let y'all know very, very clearly when we get to the spoiler cast. All right. So, how we feel about Miles Morales upon beating the game? Everyone here has beat the game already.
Indeed.
I'll start with Terrell. What are your spoiler-free review thoughts about Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Overall, it's a really fun game and a really interesting story and take on all of the characters. I like it. I mean, I have a few gripes with like a couple of the side, not like side missions, but like just side things in general. But overall, I love this game. I fell in love within the first 5-10 minutes.
So you would definitely recommend it, of course.
Oh, of course, 100%. To your mom, your daughter, your aunt, your uncle, your dog, anybody.
Your dog. Hey, yo, Poppy, come here, play this shit. Oh man.
Get in the backpack.
Where's Spider Dog at, man? Or excuse me, Spider-Man the dog.
Yeah, we need Spider-Man the cat, Spider-Man the dog. Gotta love it.
And then they got a beef.
All right. I don't know why I thought of. Wait, is it called Cat Dog?
Yeah.
Is that what that show was called?
Cat.
Yeah.
I'm wearing cat dog socks right now.
Get the fuck out. Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
That's
Guys,
insane.
holy shit.
The drip.
That shit lit. Speaking of ArachKnight, what are your thoughts? What are your spoiler-free review thoughts on Spider-Man Miles Morales?
This is a great game to launch off the PS5 with and to say goodbye to the PS4. Like, Ghost of Tsushima, I'm going to say is the last major release intended for the PS4. Because, you know, it was built around the PS4. Miles Morales was built around the PS5 and downgraded, for lack of a better word, to be able to run on PS4. Along with Billy, I do have a few gripes with some of the side content, some narrative stuff, but nothing significant, nothing that really hinders my overall enjoyment and my recommendation for the game. Like, I am more than excited to replay when I get my hands on a PS5 and before Spider-Man 2 comes out. So it's a very, very strong recommendation for anybody that, even if you don't have a PS5, like, still get your hands on it. Just don't expect to get as smooth of a frame rate as you would for your PS5 friends. So walk in tempering your graphical expectations, but still you'll have a great time with it. I'm playing on a base PS4 and I still had a great time.
To kind of like go off that too, like I would say definitely like what was so this game was touted as like being like the lost legacy to Uncharted being the lost legacy of Spider-Man PS4 as it was to Uncharted 4, right? Like, let's take the core gameplay elements and the core kind of foundation of the base game and make a spin-off standalone game on that, right? Just a different story and all that, and go about your day, right? So I would say like definitely keep that in mind. Like, this isn't Spider-Man 2, right? Like, I know that, you know, Spider-Man 2, we're gonna go leaps and bounds, I bet, and we're gonna really do some different stuff in that game. But I think that if you love Spider-Man PS4, I think there's a very, very, very strong chance you'll love this game, you know. And I think that like what I didn't expect to feel so different was the combat given the Venom abilities. Like, I feel like that's definitely like one of like the main things that I will never forget about this game. Like how they made Miles feel so different as a Spider-Man, you know, and then really like nailed it and really pulled it off. Like, even though like he does have like a limited, you know, set of things that he can use in terms of gadgets and all that, but the Venom abilities, I feel like, just make up for it. Like, it's really, really fun. It's a very, very cool game. I like the story overall. Overall, like, my main gripe with the story is that and like we'll get into like we'll get into certain parts that I felt more strongly about it, but I feel that like at the same time I appreciate that they were able to do this arc and do so much in this short game. I wish it was longer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish like we got to see a little more like play out in terms of in between the major story beats. But you know, that's just it is what it is. I still feel like they were very, very effective in that, given the small frame of this game and everything. But in spite of all that, characters are great. Miles shines so bright in this game. It's a very, 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 very good game. I love it a lot. I'm very happy that we can look back on this game knowing that like this was the first major PS5 exclusive besides like Demon Souls, but you know what I'm saying, like this was the first foray into PS5. It's great. It's a great game. Highly recommend it. Yeah, it's fantastic, for real. Very, very good game. I think I'm gonna call it there. All right, so those have been the spoiler-free reviews. All right, now it's a spoiler cast, just to make sure everyone that's out there that's aware that's listening. If you have not beat the game, get off the podcast. All right, come back later when you beat the game, and you can hear our full spoiler thoughts. We are about to spoil the fuck out of Spider-Man Miles Morales. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Holy fucking shit, this game is fucking wild, bro. Where do we even start, guys? Here we go. Listen, guys, the chains are fucking off. All right, the chains are off. Say whatever you want.
Hold on.
What up?
What are you still doing here? I can see that you haven't finished the game. Leave. Okay, we're good.
We know you're listening, and we're coming. We're coming for you.
Where do we even begin?
Oh,
dude,
do we just start at the beginning of the game?
You could have like Finn. I thought what she was gonna do. I thought she was just gonna throw Miles.
Like off the roof?
Yeah, like just straight up in the air. Like
yeah, I thought she was too.
It's like, here you go, buddy, and just fucking throws him.
I thought she was gonna like throw him into space and then just like catch him.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Here, I think it might be best if we just start from the beginning.
Let's start. Yeah, the
the
beginning puts such a big smile on my face. Even before you start swinging, just that opening cutscene.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's
did you guys see the review where it's like, what is with
God,
the black teen and all
I'm
this?
so glad you brought it up.
Hold on.
I'm so glad
And he
you brought it
flips
up.
off the building with the exaggerated swagger of a black teen.
It's so weird.
I haven't checked to see because wait, you know what? Okay, I should look it up and see who did this. Off of memory, I think it was GameSpot, right? Or no?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was GameSpot. Is
was
that
Greg
still
Miller.
up there? No, there's no fucking way.
Greg Miller.
No.
But is
funny,
it
Who would be?
is it still up there? Like, does he say the swagger of a black teen still? I'm like looking through it, trying to see. Wait, GameSpot? Yo, this is just like aggregate thing. Where's their review? Okay. I'm looking. You know what? It's fine. I'm not gonna look at it now. But yeah, that was hilarious. In like the most fucked up way possible. But yeah, so as Miles is, swinging through the city with the swagger of a black teenager, of course. I think that it did it work for you guys to have Peter be like, I'm just gonna dip. Fuck it. Take care of New York. I'm gonna fuck with you. Like, did that work for you guys or no?
I think it was fine, just because like they made it happen, right? And then I forget how long later, maybe like half an hour of game time later, Peter calls and he's like ready to come back. Like,
you fucked up.
And then Miles like, no, I'm good, relax, chill, I'm good.
It's like you blew up.
And then
bridge.
after that, I kind of forgot about Peter. It was all Miles.
When Peter was like, oh yeah, you totally delivered. It's like, Miles is the reason that all this happened. I know he's new and I know he's starting, but still, like, the responsibility is still there. Do we understand why the mistakes were made the way they were? Yeah. But you still need to take responsibility for what you did, and Miles dropped the ball in the beginning of the game, which is...
Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, so it's just kind of weird. It's like, oh yeah, I was disappointed in Miles, and I'm not saying that to like rag on Miles or think he's a bad hero. He's new. I probably would have made the same mistake as, oh yeah, just web it up. It's fine. And he did exactly that, and it was a mistake. So I'm not saying it to rag on him, but it's like, oh yeah, Miles, you messed up pretty bad. All the convicts are gone, or at least most of them. Rhino just destroyed like 10 city blocks. You did great. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, like, cause you remember when like Peter, well, like Miles is trying to say like, no, like Peter, like I fucked up, and Peter's like, you know how many times I fucked up in my 8 years of learning to be Spider-Man. I'm like, wait, hold on. I was like, wait a minute, like I hear you, like let's not bag on Miles, but like I could have used a little wisdom from Peter. You know, like a little something, you know, him being 8 years of being Spider-Man, like maybe how to cope with, you know, failure or whatever, you know?
Yeah, it boiled down to, yeah, I fucked up too. Go get him, Tiger.
Literally verbatim. Okay, not literally, but like, you know, in the same essence.
Yeah,
like,
I wish we got a little more Peter wisdom. Like, we didn't get a lot of moments from that, like, We got him from Rio and Genki and Aaron. But like we never got him from Peter. Like I know he was busy doing his own thing in Symkaria, but it's like, hey, you know, just in the beginning, just a few lines of dialogue. It's like, yeah, I made a lot of mistakes in my 8 years of being Spider-Man. I've messed up more times than I can count. But it doesn't matter, like, you know, how you mess up. Like, as long as you do everything in your power to make it right. And that's exactly what you did today. You made a mistake, you're learning, and you made it right. And we will figure out the rest as we get there.
Damn, that's hot. I mean, like, I can think of the only time where I feel like Peter, like, really taught Miles a lesson, besides the training courses. Okay, Billy, please tell me you fucking played the last one.
I played all of them.
Did you play like the last like training thing?
Yeah.
Oh man, like there when you like recap this fight with Vulture and Peter was still in college or whatever, and like he was saying that, you know, Harry and MJ were like cheering him on, whatever, and stuff like that, like during this Vulture fight and all that, like, and you know, he basically says that like at the end of the day, like no matter what I'm wearing, no matter what I'm doing, like I'm still a kid from Queens, you know what I'm saying? And like I felt that like that was very much like a lesson that Peter taught Miles, you know what I'm saying? I think that was the one time I was like, like, okay, this is where like I want to see this side of Peter too, like as much as I want to see, you know, Miles grow into his own, and you know, I think it is important for him to take that journey alone. I think it's also important to show Peter, you know, in that angle of like being a mentor-esque figure. Not talking like let's have him in every other fucking scene, like for example what like a lot of people have a problem with in the MCU Spider-Man, where, you know, Peter just always looking for Tony. I guess not now anymore, but you know what I'm saying? Like I know people have like issues with that, but like I think there's a way to kind of do that, but not so much where it's like MCU style, you know? But
yeah,
I liked seeing that little glimmer of Peter being a little bit mentor-esque, you know?
Yeah.
I would have, like, I don't know, if this were a full game, I would have liked Peter to be there for at least a little bit longer. And just some lessons, or like at least some phone call conversations where it's like, hey, yeah, like, how do you balance this? Because in the beginning of the game, he's like, I don't know how Peter does the dual identity thing. I'm stressed all the time. So
I was shocked that there were less phone calls with Peter, honestly.
Yeah. It's you really like Miles like he shines on his own, but the essence of Miles is his side characters like that really prop him up. With that, it's like his mom and his interactions with her, and Genki, and the people of New York with the FNSM app. Like how he reacts with them and how he talks to them. Like one of the side missions is really just, oh, I'm here to take a picture, and a building blows up behind me.
Yeah.
So it's like just like how Miles is in his characterization. Like he grows from the people of New York, and he grows from his family. But they really put a big emphasis in the end of Spider-Man PS4 and the DLCs. Like Miles grows because of Peter, but in Miles Morales, it's like he grows because of his family. And I prefer it. I prefer the family aspect, like Peter hopping like in. It's like, yeah, this is how you do it, and this is how I do it. So, you know, you put your own spin on things, but we didn't really see a lot of that, because even in the training missions, except for the last one where Peter gives a lesson and an experience, like I would have liked more of that, because in the most we got in the other side missions were the training missions. It's like, oh, this is what I felt when I first started web swinging, or I hated it and this is how I grew to love it. Like different perspectives, like, but we didn't really get a lot of that. It's like, most of the time they boil down to jokes, like, oh, I was fighting Fisk's men at the docks and I threw a guy into another guy and it was like a pizza bagel or something. It's like you compared it to that, like,
right.
And it's like, I love Peter as a jokester. I think it adds a lot of levity to his character. But whenever Peter's like training someone, I feel like it should be a little more serious.
No, yeah, absolutely.
100%.
So
how you feel about it, Surreal? How you feel about this like balance between like having Peter half in, half out, I guess?
I don't. Now that I'm hearing more of it from your guys' perspective, I agree. I really kind of just forgot that Peter existed while playing the game, and honestly, that probably shouldn't happen. Like Peter should be taking more part in Miles' training, but like Peter's side missions raised my blood pressure to an unhealthy level.
agreed. I hated a lot of them.
Wait, guys.
Especially the stealth mission by the docks. I wanted to put Peter Parker in a bag after that one.
Oh, look, I streamed all of my playthrough, right? So y'all can go to the playlist and go look at all my streams. I did 3 streams, right? They were each maybe like 2.5, 3 hours a piece, right? Oh wait, no, I didn't do the side missions on stream. Never mind. I'm sorry, I didn't do them. I don't remember really like struggling that hard. Did y'all play on like harder difficulties? Is that why?
I played spectacular difficulty, going with trying to get ultimate on each one.
Okay, I did double check, and I was on amazing. I was on the amazing difficulty, so that's normal.
Spectacular is the hardest. They're the second hardest, right?
Hardest you can do on your first playthrough.
No, I meant the oh, okay, that's what you meant. I thought you meant like the difficulty like on the actual game. I was going for ultimate. My game difficulty was spectacular. I was going for a gold ultimate rating on each one. Okay,
Gotcha.
Same.
Gotcha. Oh, okay, so y'all just play harder difficulties. Okay, so I should just shut the hell up, because I didn't find them that hard, but like, I see. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I see. Okay, so they definitely were challenging, I guess. But I like them. But like, also, I mean, to kind of bounce off of what Billy just said, like, I think to a certain extent, like the way they talked about, hey guys, Peter's not playable. Hey guys, no one's playable. It's just Miles. This is Miles. Spider-Man Miles Morales. This is his story. Like, I think maybe perhaps the intention was that they really wanted us to forget Peter was in the picture, because we're being so focused on Miles' story. But
I feel like honestly they just played it safe. Like they were probably so scared of what you said, like the MCU relationship was with Iron Jr. And honestly, like a lot of the moments that could have been emotional as shit, they just played it safe.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they were really trying to not do what you call Iron Jr. That's great. Like,
that's what everybody calls it. I thought.
Yeah, Iron Boy Jr.
I've never heard that, but that's fucking funny as shit. I like that. But no, I mean, like, that like makes sense, honestly. Like, you know, like, let's not fuck this up. Like, let's really, really make a Miles story. You know what I'm saying? And like, I think they definitely did a good job. But I think overall, I think what we're getting out of this little part is that, you know, Peter went to Miles' dad's funeral. You know what I'm saying? Like, Miles does not have a father. So, like, I know it may be a little bit hyperbolic, but, like, I don't think it's too hard to believe that, like, you know, the only, I guess, fatherly figure right now, as far as we're aware, is probably Peter. You know? I guess Uncle Aaron was kind of shimmering that a little bit in this game.
Yeah,
you know? Even though they did butt heads, but, like, it definitely wasn't as fatherly, I feel like, as, you know, Miles and Peter swinging through the city, taking crime onto their hands. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I would like to see Peter kind of, you know, be a little bit more, you know, mentor-y. You know, be joking and be funny, but also, like, if we're training, you know, train. You know, but I feel that. Like, if those were applied to this whole thing, and it's like, hey, guys, we just really wanted to just make sure that you guys did not feel that we were just doing like an MCU style, like we're just trying to tell Miles a story. I can understand that, honestly. Like, I can understand it, but I think at some point it was kind of weird. But
yeah. Like, I don't know. I would have appreciated a little more Peter, like, but you know, this is Miles' story, so it is what it is. It's really not a huge gripe. Maybe we'll see more of it in Spider-Man PS5.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I liked what they did in the beginning and the end. Like, there were a lot of strong Peter moments. Like, seeing Miles finally able to drink coffee upside down was cathartic.
Even like Peter saying, "I still can't get over that suit." Like,
yeah,
you know, like, oh, like, fuck yeah, like that's really fucking cool. You know, like, because I bet it's so the other way 90% of the time until Peter comes back and see how much Miles has developed into his own Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know, even going as far as like having his own suit. Like, that I thought was a really cool touch.
Kind of like Miles went to like summer camp and he like came back and it's just like totally new person.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely was you know, was oh, dang it, Billy. How do I say it? Was it like he was definitely, you know,
you good?
in a lot.
You gotta help me
going
out.
What is it, like in a lot, going through a lot? What the hell did I say? Fuck, I forgot how that
Miles
goes.
is a Spider-Man and then there's a parking lot. Spider-Man swinging through a lot. He's going through a lot.
Going through a lot, yes. Going through the parking lot, going through a lot. Right there it is.
Yeah, like, it's almost comical. Like, it feel like with Spider-Man PS4, like, Peter's trauma was spaced out. I felt a little more evenly, but those are the gripes you get with a shorter experience. Like I've said this in a few episodes, and I do mean it. Like, I stand by it, not in a negative way to say it's like, oh, that's the only thing that makes Spider-Man stories interesting, or it's the only thing that Spider-Man is. But being a hero, like being a Spider-Man, is asking for trauma. You are inviting it. I know Peter has said it a few times, even in other games, like, you know, it's like, every time I put on this mask, I am signing up to die. Like, today could be the day that I die every time I wear this costume. And that's the same thing that Miles really learns. I don't think that he learned it until the beginning of the game, when he almost got, like, eaten up by the propellers. Or, like, the helicopter blades. Like, he almost died, like, right there. He froze up completely. So,
you're not wrong.
And then after Peter leaves, it's just, oh, my childhood friend who I sort of like, but then am turned into a sister-like character, because he calls it a date, and then they never bring it up romantically again.
Bro.
And then there's a
oh my God.
I just found, like, before we started recording, I had found a time capsule where they like gave each other apartment keys.
Bro,
like,
I have so many questions about that. I was so fucking confused, bro. And then, like, at the end, you know, okay, we're kind of jumping a little bit ahead, but, like, fuck it. Like, this is just spoiler, guys. Like, who the fuck gives a shit? So, like, when we jump to the end and we're doing the postcards that, you know, Miles' father did for Miles and all that, and he brings up that, oh, like, you know, he was the sister you never had. I'm like, okay, I guess I can kind of see, like, if like, you know, Miles' dad thought, like, maybe he didn't see any romantic feelings if there was, because they were so young. But what are y'all? Like, I was just as confused. I was like, wait, I can't. And then, like, there was like a little bit of like a flirty thing in the museum flashback, and I'm like, guys, y'all gonna have to figure it out. All right, like, Miles, do you like this chick or not? Like,
Yeah,
what are we doing here?
They never
100%.
really established like what they were, because she seemed like into, like, Rio in the beginning of the game was like, oh, these two like each other, like that mom look.
Right.
And it's like, oh, the sister you never had. It's like, what are you? Like, are you romantically interested? Are you not? Because they flip-flop. It's like, oh, you were... I didn't have to worry about a brother because I had you. It's like, oh, a date, but not a date. It's like, like Step Bro. Like, what are you doing,
Sweet
Step Bro?
home Alabama.
It's like, Step Bro, I'm stuck in the underground. Help.
Okay.
Wow. Wow. I wish I had the shot of tequila with me. Oh man, that was good. That was good. Yeah, but no, like, I'm right with you guys. Like, now, of course, listen, I think it was very clear that, you know, baby girl Haley, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
We lost that bet so bad.
Y'all know what I'm saying. Hey, next week we're going over the bets. All right, I'm excited. But we already know, you know, where Haley, yeah, like, Haley and Miles, that was a very clear dynamic. Very clear. I liked it a lot. I thought it was very, very endearing. But the dynamic between Miles and Finn, I never really understood. And, like, maybe, you know, to play devil's advocate for Insomniac Games, maybe, like, you know, because Miles is only 17, right? So Finn has to be 17 or 16 or whatever, right? Yeah. So maybe they were still young even at that point, and it's been a while since they've seen each other, that, like, maybe they didn't know either, you know, and now they'll never know. Hey, you know, but maybe that was the intention, to make it super kind of like wavy. We don't know what's going on, but I don't know. Yeah, I think it probably would have been like, I don't know if I like it that it's like back and forth and wavy, or I wish it was just like, hey, like, if she's a sister to you, then she's a sister to you, you know, which would be just as effective, you know, at least I feel like. Probably even more low key, you know, probably even more. I don't know. Because I feel like you could disagree with a sister, but, like, I feel like it's a lot harder when, like, love's involved to disagree, you know? Like, to disagree as hardly as, like, Finn did, which I can't wait to talk about Finn, because I have fucking thoughts about Finn. All right,
you finna go off?
I finna go off. I like that.
That was good. That was clever.
Now, I did want to tie one thing back before we continue on. We're on a good flow, but it was involving Peter. The last thing I want to ask you, gentlemen, about Peter. This is the first time, at least, I've seen in motion, besides the video that we saw early on, of the new face. How do we feel about it, gentlemen?
I got used to it, like, pretty quick.
Yeah,
okay.
Same.
Guys,
he looked pretty good in the beginning, and then if I'm not misremembering anything, he didn't have his mask off at the end.
There is the museum thing.
Oh yes,
which I fucking loved. Oh my god.
Yes, me too. That my jaw was dropped.
I clipped out my reaction. I might post it like in a week or two. I'm gonna give it a little time just for the UK to beat it, because I know they're getting the PS5s tomorrow. But I'm damn. Shout out to Owen. Shout out to Owen. But guys, let's. I'm gonna say it. I
don't care that you broke your elbow.
No, I think I like it more.
What?
I think I like Peter's face more.
Yeah, so do
dude,
I think.
I think we're gonna have to sit down and have a conversation. Like, I think I like it more. I think I like it. There was even a tweet by, oh my god, I forgot his name. Shit. One of the people that always tweets from Insomniac. some dude tweeted at him like, "Hey, do you think you'll update the Spider-Man PS4 version to update it with a new face?" And he quote tweeted like, "Wow, like guys, look at how far we've come." Like, holy shit. Like, wow. But I think I like it more. I think
I like it more as well. And after seeing it in action, I definitely understand, because I did a little reading on motion capture and animation, and John Bubniak, they just scanned his face. That's all they did. Same thing with Ben Jordan. But it was Yuri Lowenthal who did the motion capture. It wasn't Bubniak. So they had to hand animate to make Bubniak's face match Yuri's.
Interesting.
But with Ben Jordan, they have a more similar bone structure, like they were saying. So they didn't have to put as much work in to hand animate it to make it look as good as it did. So that's why, like, I did a little reading and I saw some people talk about it. It's like, that makes a lot of sense.
I think seeing it in action makes it like, oh,
it's a world of a difference.
It does look a lot better, right? Like him talking, like, it looks a lot better, you know, than when he would talk in cutscenes in Spider-Man PS4. Definitely. Like, it was very, very clear for me, like, when I first saw it, like, oh shit, like, damn, like, it does look really good, you know. It definitely doesn't look like Spider-Man PS4, how John Bubniak's face cam looked, you know. So, like,
I'll always have love for Bubniak.
Bubniak's forever a Spider-Man. That's, like, factual. Let's not, yeah. Bubniak's forever a Spider-Man, at least in my eyes, for sure.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
We're no longer touting bring back Bubniak. We're okay. We have moved on. We've grown.
I don't know about you, but I was never one of those guys. Like, it's just like, it's a little, like, those people are a little excessive. Like, I liked Bubniak a lot. I still do. Like Kevin said, he will always be a Spider-Man to me. But I'm not gonna harass a company because of it.
Very true. Very true. I think the final nail in the coffin will be to boot up Spider-Man Remastered and play that. Terrell, did you boot up Remastered yet? Did you get a chance to look at that?
Not yet.
Or play it? Okay, no, okay. Gotcha. I've only seen some gameplay of it, and, like, the cutscenes, like, he looks really good in the cutscenes, you know, so. I think once Spider-Man 2 comes around and I replay Spider-Man Remastered on my New Game Plus, and then Miles Morales probably on my New Game Plus as well, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I mean, I think it looks really. I think it looks good. I think the next thing that we should probably hit on is more of like the Miles side. You know, we're all Hispanic. I'm sure we all looked a lot in that apartment. How we feel about it? Terrell, I'll let you go first.
Ooh. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't do any exterior decoration looking. I only saw what I saw was mostly outside of the apartment, like all of the different bodegas, all of the interactions speaking Spanglish, the Dominican flag, the Puerto Rican flag everywhere.
You good?
I hit my leg on my desk. It was and I was making sure my camera wasn't gonna fall, but we're good. We're good, guys. I'm sorry, Billy. Carry on.
Yeah, no, it was mostly just stuff outside of the apartment that I noticed. Now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should have taken a little bit more of a look, but it is what it is.
Bro,
I was talking to my dad about it yesterday, about everything that was in the game, and he was astounded.
Nice, because your dad is Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Now, I loved looking through the house, right? Because, like, yo, when you go into that, there's fucking roosters in the kitchen. Which kitchen do which kitchen do we grow up in that has roosters all over the damn kitchen?
No, I just got a screenshot of your kitchen from like 6 years ago.
Literally, bro, there used to be roosters all over my kitchen. Now, not so much. Maybe there's like only like one or two left, but like There used to be a ton of roosters there. There's a ton of roosters in the Miles Morales kitchen. Rio Morales was making pasteles on the stove when you're trying to pick out a song off of the records, and I didn't recognize the artwork, but I'm almost certain that those are real songs and real albums. I think. I'm not sure.
Most likely.
I'm gonna ask some people maybe later on, but like I think they're real. I might ask my mom honestly, like to show her. But of course on the table there's arroz con gandules, which is Billy's half arroz con gandules at this point. You know what I'm saying? There's some I think it's potato salad with like the boiled eggs on there. There's empanadas there. Like they paid attention and it looks great. Like they really did a super good job in terms of representation of Hispanic Christmas and like how that looks, you know. But did you spot anything in specific ArachKnight that you wanted to just shout out about that as another Hispanic as well?
No, I think you pretty much covered everything that we talked about in like our own private conversations and like pre and post show. Like just the representation. I had a lot of fun like listening to all the music like during the Christmas scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, this is something like I even got my parents like to listen in on it. It's like, is this something that like you would does this like remind you of our Christmases? Like, yeah, like there's a lot of representation for us, and it's something that I didn't really know that I wanted, if that makes sense, because before it's like whatever, like there's never really Hispanic representation anywhere, so I don't really care. And as soon as I saw it, like there was a little bit in Spider-Verse, like in the beginning scene with Miles getting ready for school, and his mom like, feeds him something real quick. Is like, yeah, that is a real food. My mom told me what it is because she was watching it and she pointed it out. I mean, but she has never made that, so I didn't know what that was. But on what you were saying, yeah, like that was a real thing too. But go ahead. Yeah, no. Do you remember the dish?
I forgot what it was called, but I know. I forgot what it was called, but I know my mom said like, yeah, like because she used to eat that as a kid too. It was a really, really pop because like she liked it because like it was a really, really quick thing to make, I guess. Yeah. But she just never made it for us. I don't know why, but
yeah, no, there was stuff like that in Spider-Verse and a lot of it here, like in New York. Just like they really put Harlem, like Spanish Harlem, under the microscope.
Yeah.
And they're like, because in PS4, like the only New York areas we got a microscope under was Feast and Octavius Labs. Like everything else was just, whatever.
Right.
Because the only place you could find a majority of these characters was at Feast. Like Ame's at Feast, Martin Lee's at Feast, MJ is wherever, Miles is at Feast. But in Miles Morales, it makes Harlem feel a lot bigger, because it's like, oh yeah, like this is our Spider-Man. Like you swing around Harlem for a majority of the side missions and a majority of the collectibles. Jefferson's grave is like in the cemetery right above Harlem, like in Harlem.
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna wait till like at Jefferson's grave. I want to have that as my last thing to do, like a different Spider-Man PS4 for my platinum. So I'm gonna wait on that. So
I definitely appreciated the microscope feel, because even in the very beginning of the game, like it's like, oh, where's Teo's bodega, and you spend a few side missions there, and you look around, and Miles is interacting with the people on the street. Like he feels a lot more human than Peter did, because I think that's just the differences of their character. Like Peter is New York's Spider-Man. Like he'll be like in Harlem 1 minute, and then he's got to swing all the way across the city another minute.
Right.
But
Right.
Miles is mostly he just sticks to Harlem. He'll be where he's needed, but he's Harlem Spider-Man, so we really get to see how his actions affect people individually. Like, oh, one side mission is dedicated to, oh, people are stealing our supplies for our stores, and we're gonna have to close if we can't get them. And then after you do that side mission and you help them out, it's like, oh, Spider-Man saved our stores. And then you see the cause and effect of your decisions. It's like Spider-Man saved our stores. He gets free haircuts and food whenever he wants.
I love when he's like, "How does that work under the mask?"
Yeah.
And
then you gotta eat, mijo. You're a growing boy.
Yeah, her voice lines didn't load for me.
What?
Really?
Yeah, no, I had to watch the cutscenes
that's
online. I had to watch them online.
That fucking hurts. Yeah.
But
Damn.
to piggyback off what you said, playing this game compared to Spider-Man 2018 kind of makes Spider-Man 2018 feel almost like a GTA style thing, where it's a big map and a lot of places to see, but there's only a certain amount of places you can go. But then you put Harlem under a microscope, and you can go to Teo's shop, you can go to anywhere, and you'll find somebody that's individual that you've actually like talked to and interacted with.
Another thing too that like I picked up while I was playing, and like appreciated it for like myself, you know what I'm saying? But like I didn't think that like it would really get brought up that much, but Billy brought up when Miles is in combat and he speaks Spanish sometimes.
Yeah,
like, I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
that's fucking great. Like that's such a fucking perfect detail. Fuck, man, so good. Even like when him and his mom are talking, and he goes, "All right, te quiero mucho," like
Yeah.
just like little side things that that it's clear that you can tell that like in the household, like Miles probably just speaks Spanish,
Or it's like it makes like Spanglish.
yeah, or like half and half, right. But I just felt like that was really, really cool. The only thing, there was only one line that I didn't like. I didn't like how he said siesta time. I was like, I don't know. Like, I felt that was the one line
that they. Tell me if I'm wrong. Didn't Peter also say, like they look so nice like that, bundled up or whatever when you do a stealth takedown? Like, wasn't it word for word the exact same line?
Oh, dude, maybe. I remember Miles saying it. I don't know if
I
Peter
heard
said
Miles
that too.
saying
Probably.
it the first time, and I thought I heard Peter say it like 100 times.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm sure Miles has taken some lines from Peter. Because you do that with friends.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's a good point.
I definitely appreciated the Spanish. Something I mentioned when I was playing with my friends. It's like it's a different kind of Spanish. Because the Spanish that I grew up with was like Puerto Rican Spanish is different. Like there are some phrases and ways that like we would say things like quiero mucho is like when I would tell my parents like I love them when I was younger, or like of course I still do, but the way that they tell me when I was younger is like yo te amo.
Right.
So when it is like quiero mucho, it's like huh, that's not right.
Damn, wait, shit, bro, you're so right. Damn, I think you're right. Yeah. I mean, I grew up saying te quiero mucho, but I know te amo mucho means like the same thing in essence, but like I think it's a different. Yeah, you're right, because like what you were saying, of course, like I grew up with Dominican and Colombian Spanish, so even looking at those two, those are super different. Not super different, but like Spanish is Spanish, but it's just like you said, like different words, different phrases for the same thing
Different
sometimes. Yeah. So yeah, like I feel you on that, where it was cool to hear like more Puerto Rican Spanish, because I never was really exposed that vastly into Puerto Rican Spanish,
Yeah.
So
yeah, there were like even in combat there were a few things like I don't say that, but I know that people do say that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that was always fun. It's like seeing a little bit, like seeing the flags, like the Dominican flag and the Puerto Rican flag around in Spanish Harlem.
Hell yeah.
So it was always nice. Like when I was playing it for my friends, that there weren't subtitles on, and they're all white. So whenever he was speaking in Spanish, it was like, what did he say? I was like, oh yeah, hold on, let me turn on subtitles.
¿Qué?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. I was getting kind of afraid though, because I was on the lookout for a Dominican flag, but there is one. There is one. Guys, we made it. We made it. But yeah, so like, I mean, above all else, I'm pretty sure we can all agree that. Oh, even you know how when like you would press square on like a public person or whatever, like someone who just was not an enemy, he would do like a little bit of like bachata or whatever. I thought that was cool as fuck.
Yeah. Like
I
in
was
the
like, hell
ending.
yeah. Also in the ending, right? Yeah, of course, yeah, definitely in the ending for sure.
I knew
He's
you
doing
like that.
Yeah, I was like, fuck yeah, dude, that's sick. That's fucking cool. Like they, I think overall they fucking nailed it. You know, the only line I don't like is siesta time. I just think that was like, I just don't like that line. I don't know. I'm like, dude, like I don't know about that one, but everything else, honestly, they fucking killed it. Nailed it. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. So representation's good. Let's talk a little about Genki. Do we have thoughts about? I think a little bit of a thing with Genki. I don't know. You know, I feel that he was perhaps a little bit too capable, right? Like, there's a side mission where he like files like a lawsuit under someone else's identity or some bullshit, and it's like, damn.
Yeah.
Okay, like I guess you can do that.
It was a claim.
Yeah, that.
Or it's like, well, that's not like he filed it. It's just like, oh yeah, like I'm calling the the inspectors board under the like pretending to be an adult. I'll be right back.
Like, I mean, but he's 17. I was like,
I mean,
bro.
it's not hard. Like, just deepen your
I don't
voice, use more adult vocabulary, and it's like,
I guess.
I believe somebody was mistaken saying that the feast building was right to be condemned. There are no issues with the plumbing. You should check it out again. Say, all right, thank you, and then you give them a reason why, yada yada. They go by and they check it out. It's not like the thing that made me is like, oh, he's a little too capable. It's like, your suit is a walking Trojan virus. He's like, oh yeah, because when when you go in the Roxxon buildings, all right, I'm in. It's like, oh, I'm able to get into security from your suit.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like, oh,
I can see that.
These firewalls suck. Like, Roxxon security is bad. It's like, you are 17, my man. Like, even if they don't have. Even if they don't have like antivirus, like even if they're
listen,
like,
he saw Ned Leaks hack into the Homecoming suit, and he said, you know what, Roxxon's no problem.
Well, even with the Homecoming suit, is like the only thing there is like, oh yeah, there's a baby protocol for the little baby, and he says we're just gonna remove that, and there's a tracker in the suit, and we're gonna remove that, and that's it. It's like, oh, I found the baby protocol. And then, but with Genki, it's like, this is $1 billion company, and you're telling me that from a suit that just looks like armor and a mask HUD, so like you got a miniature computer in the cowl or in the mask. You're telling me that you are able to pick up and get in to $1 billion company's security from that. Like, even Peter, like when he got into Fisk's thing in the beginning of Spider-Man PS4, he was like, you have like, your kernel's out of date, like this shouldn't take too much time. So he hacks in using pre-made like viruses, but Genki's like, yeah, I got it, it's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
want to know what you guys thought about that side mission where you go clear out a facility that turns out to be Fisk's, and then you FaceTime the homie Fisk. That mission is absolutely fire. But this is directly related to Genki. I have a gripe with how Fisk literally just told Miles verbatim, "Hey, your family, I kill that. Your friends, they're dead, gone. I'm gonna kill everybody you care about." 5 minutes later, "Hey, Genki, that's cool. You're gonna go on a radio show and talk about how you're friends with me. That's cool. Absolutely fucking fine.
it's like,
That's
are you
cool.
kidding me?
That's cool. Yeah, go ahead."
I was doing that as a Genki. You dumb bitch.
Yeah.
If they had set that up for later in the
Like, if
story
it was
for Genki to get
before, like,
screwed
right
later in the story,
before.
I would have been mad.
Like right
Because come on,
before.
that's so easy.
They're going to do it. Spider-Man PS5 as Fisk is back. Peter's got his hands full. Miles goes to try and save Genki. Miles gets injured. Peter has to come in and it's like, oh, you won. You saved me the first time. Now I gotta save you. And bada bing, bada boom.
I mean, it's like very clear, like, all right, we're gonna see more of Fisk, which like
100%.
I'm fucking down for. Like, I fucking like, yo, give me more Fisk. I like this Fisk in this game, you know. I think for those that maybe like just played the games, the prequel novel, you do a whole thing with Fisk, and like you actually, know Fisk in this version of Fisk from the novel and everything. So off that and what we've gotten in the game and stuff like that, he's very, very cool. Even from that first boss fight we have with the intro of Spider-Man PS4 and all that. But yeah, I was like, guys, like, yo, he just
Threatened everybody.
He threatened and it's like, wait, like, does Miles not know like the full extent?
No, he knows. Like Peter's.
You know what I'm saying?
Peter's bound to tell him. Plus, he got outed
Right?
as the Kingpin.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, like, I'm sure you've heard the Kingpin of New York, and like that's Wilson Fisk. Like, I'm sure you know what he's capable of. Like, even if you're 17, like, I'm sure you've heard of it. Like, it was a big deal, right?
I mean,
Yeah,
he watched the helicopter thing.
Yeah,
He knows who Fisk is.
Well, I
Knows
mean,
what
that
he's
was
capable of.
that was Lee.
Oh yeah, that's right. Peter was just on the
was Lee.
phone with Fisk. That's right. You're right.
that was.
But the thing that
still, like,
that's one of the issues that I had with the story. Like, I liked the Danicast. Just about everything else with the Danicast was really good. I liked Miles' joke in the beginning. Is like, Peter's a masochist.
yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
and I didn't really think about it like that. It's like, why does Peter listen to somebody that hates him every day? Because
It is-
Lord knows
yeah,
that
you're
I
right.
wouldn't. So, like, if I were Spider-Man and someone, I would check in, like with a crazy ex kind of deal. It's like, I wonder how she's doing. But
Okay.
it's not like somebody's like, oh, every day you get a text is like, fuck you. It's like, good to see you too, buddy. Every
Good to see
day,
you too,
every
buddy.
day. It's just Spider-Man is a menace. Spider-Man is useless. Spider-Man makes things worse, and it validates every like bad thought that Peter and Miles have about themselves. Like, even Miles said it. Peter says it. He didn't say it in Spider-Man PS4 because he's pretty experienced, but Miles said it's like, what if I'm just making things worse? He said it to Rio, like, when she found out, which I thought was really clumsy, like the way that she found out.
Yeah.
Like, that was really, really ham-fisted, clumsy. It's like, well, she's got to find out somehow.
Wait. By the way, Rio found out.
Yeah, it's like Miles is just, I'm literally dying it's like, I'm dying in the hallway in costume. It's like, dude, why didn't you just stay in your room?
Yeah.
Why did you come in through the front door?
Yeah, it's like, you're Spider. I know, I get it. You're pretty hurt.
Yeah,
Just
but like,
going through
come
your
on,
window,
man.
man.
I
I would assume climbing up the wall is like walking up the stairs for him.
My thing is like, look, okay, did y'all know this, right? That when Rio catches Miles in the suit, right? They, do a little thing where it's like, what are you wearing? And then like Miles is like, all right, I I gotta tell you something, right? So then we flash forward, literally hours pass, right? Like it is daytime. It's like snowy and stormy, but like it is daytime, right?
Why did you get the conversation, the full conversation?
I mean, like, yo, like, there's no way Rio Morales wasn't mad. Like, mad. Like,
I wanted
angry,
yelling
like,
in Spanish.
I wanted yelling. Same.
100%.
I wanted like a low key rage moment, because like that's what an Hispanic mom would do. Like, for real, they would flip out.
My mom
they would go
beat me
crazy.
Worse than the Tinker did.
Yeah, like I wanted like a little bit of like you know, concern because her son is injured, and then
Like half dead.
right, and then right after we need some anger. Like I need some anger, you know. I need like a little something, but I don't know. Maybe I'm weird to ask for that, but like
We
I just thought it
needed a
was
little something.
I
just thought it was really funny
Like
how
we
like,
were
just skipped a few
all
hours.
expecting like that speech, like your what just happened to your dad,
which we got a little bit of. You know what I'm saying? When like he was, you know, when
But,
like
like,
she was
Well,
like,
she was like that your dad would be proud of you as much as I am. But I
mean,
wanted,
like
I wanted
when-
yelling in Spanish. I wanted it because
I wanted
it's
to.
happened to me. It's happened to all of
100%.
us. Where we get yelled at in Spanish. Like our parents are angry beyond words, and they don't bother with English. They go straight to the roots. You get your full name in Spanish, and you get a lecture in Spanish. It's like
for real.
you get some Spanish swears in there. Like obviously they're not gonna put those in the game, but
Yo, fucking go and fucking grab the belt.
yeah,
Fuck it.
you get the belt. You get a
Do little belt
sandal.
minigame. Shit, get the fucking chocolate from 50
Yeah,
feet. Hit him in the headshot, bro.
you use the force to grab it to throw it at your kid.
Curve the chancla around the
Yeah.
corner, looking like you're on sub base Black Ops 1 with that tomahawk throw. You can easily get someone.
Oh yeah,
safe
no,
across the
I've
map.
gotten sniped with that before.
Everyone has, you know.
It,
But I don't know. It is what it is.
It didn't feel nearly as satisfying as I wanted it to be, because it was like, it's like, oh yeah, here it comes. It's like, what are you wearing, dumbass? It's like, I got something to tell you, and then it's hours later. He's patched up, which you don't even see like him patched up. He's just wearing a hoodie. And
he's post shower. He's chilling.
yeah, but it's like Miles like goes through a tremendous amount of physical trauma, and almost none of it is factored in, because even in Peter's case in PS4, like after the fight with Electro and Vulture, he
He's
literally
fucking injured.
he passes out on a rooftop.
Yeah, like he's fucked up. Fucked
Yeah,
up.
he's got 14 broken bones. And right after that, he goes out swinging, fights 2 of the Sinister Six, and passes out on a rooftop because his body isn't ready to fight. And you see it like in the feast fire. Like Peter is not at 100% capacity. Like he can barely hold up a structure where usually he's able to lift up rubble. So, and he falls. He passes out and is only strong enough to shoot a web line. And you see that physical deterioration, especially after the first Auk encounter where he just beats the shit out of him, or the second Auk encounter with the serum. You see that happen to Peter, obviously not in gameplay because that would hinder it, but narratively, Peter is very injured. Like he's barely holding himself together. The only thing keeping him going is his strength of will. But with Miles, it's, ouch, I'm hurt. Never mind. Like he absorbs the new form, and he's dying. He's like, oh yeah, he can barely walk. His health is draining, and he's like, I gotta get rid of this somehow, and he just gets rid of it. It's like, okay,
Oh, better.
it's like, you know, we good.
So, you brought up new form, right? I was kind of hoping that they were going to do something where, like, as you go through each base to take out the new form reactor, like, narratively, not like gameplay wise, because like that'd be kind of trash, but like narratively, like Miles feels a little bit weaker, you know, and it's not till like he does that big exhale, you know, that, and then he recovers and he feels like 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I kind of thought they were gonna go with, and like I thought that was gonna be really really cool if they were, but I don't know. I guess it's just you know, it is what it is, but. But yeah. I mean, I like that Rio knows now about Miles. I really, really like that, because you can really tell that like they're really, really close as a mother and son dynamic. But it's the one thing about Miles being Spider-Man that like is the major like wall in their relationship. You know,
it didn't like, even feel like a wall. She was never like, I'm anti-Spider-Man or like I'm anti-vigilante. It's. I mean, she just never brings it up. She's just anti-Roxxon.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's
just kind of my campaign, anti-Roxxon. I love Miles. That's pretty much it.
I think it's mainly when I love Miles, Roxxon.
Love you.
Not like.
Like that's her Twitter bio.
I think it's mainly when Rio goes, oh my god, like you're not telling me, you know, something, like, you know, like
it's like don't lie to me, Mio.
Yeah, like there were moments early on where like she knew that like, you know, Miles wasn't. Yeah, like something was up. Like why does it take Miles hours to get coconut milk? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, and then Genki has to get it for her. You know, it's like stuff like that where
and she's like, okay,
yeah.
Also, like, just some of the things like I would have appreciated, because he still lives with her. Because I know like Miles and Peter are different characters, but you know, when Peter lived with Aunt May, he had to learn how to hide his injuries. Like he would do makeup in the morning to hide up his bruises.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Holy shit, that's kind of crazy.
And when Aunt May found out, he still did the makeup to make it easier on her. And she called him out. It's like, oh, you're just, you know, you put on too much foundation.
Damn.
It's like, damn. And then he got Mary Jane to do it when those two got married.
Interesting.
But like Miles, it's like there was nothing. Like it's like, oh, you're like Aunt May would call him out. It's like, oh, you're being sus. You have a curfew now. Oh, you're being sus. You have to call me. And Rio's like, oh, you're being sus.
Okay.
Dinner's at 9.
Maybe it's because, like, you know, again, I'm like, I think it's healthy to play devil's advocate with these things, right? Like, maybe like from like a time next side, you know, them showing that, you know, Rio Morales' room is like, it takes her a while to unpack her stuff, right? Like Miles like makes that point, like, man, like mom's still like not even fully unpacked, and it's because she's so, you know, held up with her running for council and all that. Like maybe that's why, maybe because like she's out and about and really trying to get elected, that maybe, you know.
But she still calls Miles. She calls Miles more than, well, she's second place for calls.
Genki's number one, definitely.
Yeah, obviously.
Homie, like, bro,
yeah, because he's calling you every 2 seconds. Hey, there's a break-in. Okay,
like, bro,
man, relax.
Shut the
like
fuck
it's
up,
already.
I have the app.
It's on the app. Like I
have the app, bitch. Like why?
So it's like, oh yeah, like how are you doing? It's like, are you running when you're like chasing the Tinker or whatever? And it's like, oh yeah,
catch a train.
Yeah, no, it's like, oh yeah, I'm working out. And it's like, oh, you're working out too much. Like you're working out all the time. Like how do you have time for anything else? And it's like, oh, just, you know, whatever. And she's like, okay. It just feels like it's like, oh, Miles, you're doing something suspicious and you're not being totally honest with me. Right. Yes. Okay. And I don't believe it's a line, but if it is, like, good job. But if it isn't, well, then this is something I would have liked. It's like, hey, you've been suspicious, but I haven't put a lot of pressure on you because of what happened to your father. It's like, yeah, there are some things you're not telling me, but I'm not trying to suffocate you because I'm not trying to push you away. or make it seem like I think you can't take care of yourself, especially with what happened to your father last year. So I'm letting you do your own thing, even if it's not something that I totally agree with.
Yeah, that would be a great way to explain that, actually.
It really would.
It's just like, I don't know. I don't think it was a line. I wish it were. If it wasn't, if it was, then this point is moot. But yeah, no, just something like that. So, like there are little gaps in the story, little tiny gaps that I didn't appreciate very much. That could have made it a little better here and here, like little corrections that would have rounded it out a little bit. Like Finn's whole story arc, like her whole villain like motivation other than Rick dying is, no, I'm not going to listen. No, you
literally
can't.
Oh my god, bro, I got so frustrated. Like during the final fight, I'm like, can she just fucking relax? Can we all just calm the fuck down? Listen, Finn, look, I know I lied, okay? Fine.
And it's not even that bad of a lie. It's like,
it's not even that bad of a lie because I don't want you to know that I'm fucking Spider-Man. Like come on, like that's not even that bad. Like, did you tell me you were Tinkerer? Because no. I don't think you did. So why are you so mad that I'm Spider-Man? And I didn't tell you.
No, she's not mad at Spider-Man. She's mad. It's like, you lied to me to get into the underground. It's like, yeah, I lied to you for like 20 minutes.
To get into your criminal organization.
It's like, yeah, like you hate the underground.
Yeah.
It's like the only reason you're with them is to because, you know, they will kill you if you don't.
Look, but I'm just like, listen, like, Finn, look, if you just understand the severity, like, look, if you do this, the things have changed.
People will die.
A lot more people are going to die. Like,
you're lying.
And then Miles finally tells her, and I thought it was gonna be a thing like, okay, cool, we're gonna stop fighting and we're gonna figure out how to take this out, and maybe there's gonna be some Roxxon agents, and maybe we fight Krieger, but no, we just Finn's like, no, like I'm not gonna listen to like I'm not gonna hear another lie that you have to say, and it's like,
also,
oh my god.
It's like you're supposed to, like she boasts herself as like, I'm more intelligent than Miles. Literally, so like, look outside. 3 different shops just blew up. Their windows are gone. That's not a sound thing. That's not a sound. That's not the result of like an explosion because of sound. That is because that generator is going to fucking explode. You stupid bitch.
Look outside. Like 3 bodega just blew up.
Yeah, she like grabs her head, just turns her. He's like, what do you think that is? It's like the building.
You're lying.
It's like, you're lying. So,
and also, she has the strongest jaw on the planet.
Bro.
How many times did we have to take her out before she was perfectly fine after that?
Rhino.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Like, also, Rhino's like,
she has armor.
That kind of hurt, dog.
Yeah, but it's Rhino. Rhino is a human tank. Rhino is stronger than a human tank.
Okay.
If I had to pick one to go into battle, I would pick Rhino. But it's like also, so when they get kidnapped, Miles is getting beat the fuck up for no reason. They hate him for no reason. On the bridge.
Oh, bridge.
Like, they hate him for no reason. It's like, we're gonna shoot Miles. And it's like, we're gonna record it. And then Miles just, he does camouflage and he dips. Why are they gonna shoot him? I don't know.
Wait, wasn't it because like Simon Krieger like saw him take out Rhino and maybe was like, all right, he's gonna be a problem?
No, Simon Krieger is like, hey, that was pretty cool. And even at the end of the game, he's like, I'm disappointed in you. I thought you were gonna be something special. Like when he's interrogating Miles and Finn in the Roxxon lab, he's like, I'm disappointed in you. But now that I see that you have bioelectricity and camouflage, we're gonna experiment on you. So I don't really care. Bye.
I'm gonna keep it honest too. I don't really even like Simon Krieger. I thought that he was a little bit of a wasted character.
Simon Krieger, like, he could have been something a lot more interesting, but then I feel like they tried to make him into like kind of like a Lex Luthor. Like, ruthless, but in the public eye, he's supposed to be this great guy. But they ended up turning him into like a mustache twirling villain. It's like, I'm gonna kill your fucking brother, and
All right, gotta go to the gym. Can't skip leg day.
yeah, it's like new form is super toxic, but no one will ever find out. I want you to repeat it back to me until I believe it. You have to condition yourself. It's like, Spider-Man, are you gonna stop my cancer energy? It's like, are you kidding me? Like, it's so dumb. It's like, Jesus. And it's like, Rick, a person with loved ones and family. No one will ever remember that you died. You have loved ones and family. You're really gonna tell me that no one's gonna put the pieces together? Are you really gonna tell me that?
Oh man.
And they kind of just threw Rick, like, as soon as he's like, Rick, you're here to die. That's it. That's your whole point. Your character, everything you are, your entire plot is to die. So he dies, and they get rid of him.
I don't know, man. Like, I just look like, and it hurts because I actually like Troy Baker a lot. Obviously, like,
Yeah,
who the
no,
fuck doesn't like Troy Baker? Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, the actual like acting prowess is not the problem. You know, it's just like the reasoning for his character even like being there, low key. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't really like understand. Like, it was really weird.
I want you, like, he looked like Eddie Brock. Krieger looked like Eddie Brock from Spider-Man 3.
A little bit, you're not
Like,
wrong.
here, I'm gonna put it in our Discord. The entire time is like,
Oh fuck.
why is Eddie Brock the CEO of Roxxon?
Listen, he couldn't make it with photography and his
Is he from that 70s
doctored
show?
photos.
What, Kevin?
Isn't he from that 70s show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Topher
That's
Grace.
crazy. Donna. Yeah, I mean, like, because I was kind of waiting for Simon to, like, do something in the final boss, and then it's like, he just gets arrested. It's like, oh, well, that's really boring. Like,
Yeah, no,
okay.
like, everything, it's a little funny. At the end of the game, it's like, oh my god, Miles is, like, his identity might have just, like, you know, people saw his face. And I like that. It's like, he's our Spider-Man. It's like, oh, did you see his face? He's like, fuck you.
I
But
fucking loved it. I fucking
That
loved
it
that.
felt like it's
That-
like the Spider-Man
that moment
2
was what got
scene
me.
on the train.
Yup.
Yeah, it's like
Someone
where
even
it's like,
someone even said like he's so young, just
Yeah.
like on
Yeah.
the Spider-Man 2 scene.
yeah, so it's like they saw it, they don't care. It's
I love
just
that too.
that's just he's a guy who lives in our neighborhood. But
I
it's
loved it.
you know, your friend dies. Like, he looks up and he just sees like a mushroom cloud where Finn used to be. And then a week later, he's dancing on the street. It just felt kind of out of place.
Oh,
Because, like, I can tell you right now that even if my, like, best friend betrayed me and then saved me and dying in the process, I would not be dancing in the street a week later. So it was just like, like everything kind of wrapped up with a bow a little too nicely. But there were some issues that I had with, like, some character motivations. Like, Finn's whole thing is like, oh, this was a trap. Is like, literally, Rhino stomped on me. Do you think this was a trap for me, for just you? It's like, I just got like beat up. Miles was the girl on the casting couch, and the Roxxon guards were the guys behind her. He got destroyed for like a good 30 seconds.
Y'all, it is 9:39 p.m. and we are fucking here on this Spoilercast. I fucking love it. We're fucking here, all right? If y'all thought this was gonna be PG, sorry, but wait, what was I gonna say? Damn, I was gonna say,
Literally, you started out the podcast saying, "Fuck, what's the intro?" This was not PG from the start.
that's fast.
I did.
You said
did
fuck
say
3
that.
times in the first 5 seconds.
I did.
Not
Damn. Okay.
a few times.
I guess I did. Oh well. The thing about him dancing, honestly, I didn't really think that was weird, just because, like, I think that's supposed to obviously symbolize that, like, okay, Miles finally feels like Harlem is his home now. Like he feels comfortable. Like he doesn't like feel like how he felt when he was talking to Finn about it. How you know, he feels bad for asking for directions and just not feeling like he totally belongs here and stuff like that, you know. So I think, like, it was more of that, like, you know, while the public might not know that they're for Miles, them being for Spider-Man is enough for Miles himself as a person. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I kind of took it. Like, Miles finally feels like, you know, he is comfortable in Harlem. Like, he's grown with the city. He's been through pains with the city right here, taking out Roxxon, stuff like that. So that's how, like, I kind of. Oh wait, also shit. In Spider-Man 2, wait. Oh, okay, no, I guess his apartment's fine. Because remember in the lead up to the boss battle, like, Miles like, oh shit, my apartment building's on fire. Hope it doesn't burn down. But then, I guess it's fine. Because he's there at the end of the game?
No, I don't think it's on fire. I think it's just like, oh, if the reactor goes off, my apartment building is done. Because the projected blast radius was bad. Like, it's like, yeah, it's gonna incinerate all of Harlem.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. I see. I love how. You know what? No, I didn't want to bring it up yet because we are still on Finn. We are still on Finn's ass, right? Because I got some. I was trying to think if there's anything else.
Yo.
No, not in like an Ayo. Like, I'm just critiquing Finn, if you will. Chill. Everyone relax, okay? I think once Finn's motivations go beyond Rick's death, because like that's like, okay, like even Miles like, right, like I feel your pain, I see what you're going through, you had a loved one die, like, and a loved one that we knew at that, you know what I'm saying? But once it goes to just to that beyond realm of like her just not trusting anything Miles says at all, like doesn't want to hear anything out, it's like, I don't know, I think there is where it kind of lost me. Unlike everyone, just I think could just need just calm down and let's look at the facts that you know
Harlem is on fire.
Yeah, that like this generator is doing a lot more damage than you think, than you thought, because before you were right, but it's been changed since.
Yeah, like the variables have changed. He's like, oh, I did the numbers. It's like, listen, have you done like the updated numbers?
Like, have you done it recently? Like, have you done it recently? like just let's run them again, if you will.
We're detecting movement in the reactor. No, it's probably just a bird or something. Execute.
Thank you, Spider-Man 3 reference.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
I don't know, man. But overall, I still liked Finn's character. Overall, right? Like, I think even though it did lose me at the end a little bit, you know, and all that, and like even though there's this weird relationship with him and Miles, her and Miles that we don't really know, and it seems like they don't really even know, maybe that's intentional or not. I still liked that they made Tinkerer, you know, someone that Miles is personalized, because like I think if you can let me know, ArachKnight or Surreal, whoever knows, wasn't the Tinkerer like an old man in the comics?
Yeah,
or whatever?
Tinkerer is just an asshole in the comics.
Oh shit.
He's just a random guy. He's a super villain. I think if anybody deserves it, it's a super villain.
I mean, come on, in Homecoming, he's such a fun-loving guy. He's got the soda in the fridge. Hey, boss, your wife's calling. Guy's a great guy.
ArachKnight, did you just make this?
Yeah, I did.
I fucking hate you.
That's what I was laughing at.
It's like, do I make it the thumbnail? I'm not going to.
Absolutely not.
I know, but I still kind of want to.
Yeah, you do.
In a different reality, I would have.
That's funny though. No, I just
upload the podcast
pieced that
on
together
PH.
as we were talking.
That's great. But I guess any last thoughts on Finn before we move on to because there's definitely a big one that we haven't brought up yet that we definitely need to discuss.
I don't know. I feel like they didn't really know what to do with her, because her character motivations had jumped, or like her relationship with Miles jumped back and forth so much. Like, oh, it's a date, not a date. Oh, it's still smooth and kind of flirty while washing dishes too. Oh, you two are like siblings. To back to that tension. Back like, and it's like, oh, Miles is getting beat up at the Roxxon lab, and they're like, okay, I'm not happy with you, but I understand, kind of deal. It's like we got some things to talk about stage. Like we've all been there. It's like we want to make it work, but we just need to talk first.
Right.
I'm gonna kill Rhino just because Rhino said some mean things to me, so I'm gonna kill him.
It just like flipped so quick. I'm like, wait, why?
And then
like what's going on?
Miles is like,
also,
don't kill him, and then she just destroys him because like, I don't want to fight you. Just slams him around like Hulk and Loki in the first Avengers.
Also, did she kill Rhino? No way.
She injured him.
She like stabs him, right?
She didn't get to his heart.
Yeah,
she was trying to.
She stabbed him, and then Miles like dove into her, stopping like he stopped like he's like, hey, yeah. He didn't get the files from the Roxxon computer because it was either the files or save Rhino's life. So he chose to save Rhino. And he just pushed her away. Like, she can obviously take some damage, so a push is nothing. He's like, hey, what are you doing? Like, don't do that. Like, don't go to that side of the line. And then she's like, just went off on him. Like, absolutely, like, destroyed him. He's like, oh, I don't want to fight you. I wouldn't want to fight me neither. And just throws him into the subway.
I just want to hear ArachKnight retell parts of the game. Just it's so funny. Oh man. Listen, guys, I don't know who came up with Spoilercast, but it was a great idea. It was a great idea, guys. Holy
Listen, the only thing. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That was the end of Finn, right?
Other than the ending, like just final touches on the ending, but then I think we're done.
I mean, if you had any last thoughts about Finn, to real, feel free.
No, I was going to go back to the this is our Spider-Man thing. I just wanted to say that scene is what broke me. Like, I was sitting there like light, heavy breathing, trying not to cry. Like, it was ridiculous. The only thing that was missing was Uncle Joey.
I wish.
Yeah, I just wanted a final note on that one.
Pretty much on stream, it was then that I started crying, and I was crying throughout the rest of the cutscene.
That was the cutscene that glitched out for me.
Dude, that fucking sucks.
During Finn's sacrifice, like when they were up in the air and she was like, just let go, and it was like their textures had melded.
Fucking kidding me?
So yeah, no, it was like their character models messed up. So I just see a
supernova.
Yeah, it just looked like a blob, and then a supernova went off, and then I see like just nothing. Like, it's oh, the camera's like panning down, because I rewatched the cutscene on YouTube to know what it actually looked like. But damn. It's like when Miles was falling from the top of the building, like down, it was just nothing. Like, he's like everybody's gasping. It's like, wow, fucking nothing's falling. Like, I knew it was Miles,
right?
But it's like, damn, that debris really do be hitting?
Did it feel kind of janky to you guys? I don't know if this exact scenario happened to you during the final fight with Finn, but the windows were getting blasted open, and I was doing air combat with her, like, you know, every once in a while, whatever, and I would kick her out of the window, and then it would like jump cut. Miles is out the window, she's in the center of the room, and she yanks me to the center of the room, and it felt so janky.
That happened so many times. I'm like, oh, like that's a broken thing. Like, ooh, like, yeah. I was like, oh no, like, nah, yeah, that one's not gonna work for me, dog. Yeah, no, because it would literally be like you do an air combat thing, right? Or just like what you said, and like you accidentally, or just semi-intentionally push her out of the bounds of
I wanted to
the
push
building.
her out of the window. Don't you get me wrong.
And then it flips it to where you were outside, and then she's like, no, you're like getting away, whatever, and like tugs you back in. It's like, wait, no. Yeah,
wait, no, that's not how that's supposed to work.
Yeah.
That was a thing, but
why couldn't she just do a quick like spin? She grabs the side of the window, pulls herself back in, and you have to dodge. How hard is that?
I got you for 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Wait, are we doing this? Are we doing this, ArachKnight?
We did this
Do
in
it.
like the first episode.
Fuck it, do it. Fuck it. Do it.
I didn't say, I
show! What are you doing up there?
Staying throwing yourself out of the, like staying away from you.
I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
That's out of sequence, but I'll roll with it.
It is out of sequence. It's very out of sequence. I started at the wrong point, but it's okay.
No, I honestly never got that bug. Whenever I throw it out the window, like I would see the spider sense thing to dodge, so I dodge, and then she just wouldn't come back. It's like, Finn, you good?
Like, it wasn't even like necessarily a bug. I think it was just for like, okay, like, hey, if the player, thinks that he can leave the building, we're gonna play this cutscene so he doesn't leave the building, right? But then they didn't make one for if you kicked Finn off of the building,
Yeah.
Well,
So
Finn
they
would
just-
pull herself back.
She didn't do that on my screen.
She definitely didn't do that for me.
Yeah, she was
definitely
like,
didn't do it
it's
for
like,
me.
you can't get rid of me that easy, and then she would pull herself
Oh,
back.
shit.
Yeah, that well, oh, really? That's what I was
Okay.
saying should be there.
Okay, so I guess.
It is
So I
a
guess
bug.
me and
It is a
Billy's
bug.
got fucked up.
Yeah, it is a bug.
Okay, I see.
But
Okay,
that's
okay.
tragic.
Damn. Okay, so it is a bug. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, like
Well,
she took more
good to
hits than Rhino though.
Dog,
It's like there
she
were like
has
4
a
stages.
crimson chin.
She has armor, y'all. What are we talking about?
This is the Rhino.
She got a
with
face
the-
mask.
Yeah.
No, she has a whole
She got
gauntlet
face
and
mask
shit like that.
and
Yeah, but I'm not punching I'm not punching
Zoomer
her
gauntlets.
arms. I'm not punching her Power Ranger looking ass armor. I'm punching her face mask.
No, I mean
Equal
okay,
rights and
I
equal
mean,
rights.
And I'm
I
kicking her
suppose
in
I
the
can see
chest.
that.
With
bioelectricity.
Yeah, like I did like 4 different finishers on her.
Yeah, I mean, like, y'all won the boss battle that lasted like 2 minutes, guys. We gotta, gotta do a multi-stage
put more
boss
substance
battle,
in there besides
Yeah.
just punch.
Miles did win the fight. And
Oh, factual.
yeah, no,
Miles
Miles won the fight, and Finn is dead. Crab race.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, it's just like
Excuse me.
a lot of development. Like New Form came out of nowhere. All this came out of nowhere. It's like, oh, Miles' childhood friend. As soon as Finn walked into Christmas, it's like she's a tinker.
I did not think actually. I got actually surprised. I was shocked. I was like, holy shit, she's Tinker? That's kind of crazy. I thought she was gonna be.
I was kind of pissed at myself that I didn't even like just put 2 and 2 together because it was so
Dude.
obvious.
I thought that she was gonna be the love interest. I was like, fuck. I'm like, wait, is Haley the Tinkerer? Fuck it, let's go.
Spider-Man.
I was like,
I'm setting
I
off a
bet.
bomb so no one else can hear.
Oh, wow.
Yo, oh my god. I just pictured her like having to give like a whole evil speech and she's just throwing gang signs.
Fire.
It's like,
I was like,
hey,
I was
my
like, oh,
ASL's a
shit.
little like slow. You mind slowing it down a little bit?
I have no idea what you just said. Can you do it again?
Oh man.
You got a pen?
Yeah, I was.
Can you just get a teleprompter, please? Voice to, or text to speech? Anything?
I was actually like, oh shit! I didn't realize like she was gonna be Tinkerer. I thought that was pretty cool, honestly.
When I found out that she's like, oh, you and Miles were like nerds in middle school. You guys like Tinker.
Tinkerer. Puts on the controller and walks away.
Yeah, no, it's like it kind of like to me, I don't know. It felt a little easy to figure out. Like, so you know, it's like, oh, this character that no one's ever mentioned before shows up for Christmas for some reason.
Now that you say it, it makes a lot of sense. But honestly, as I would consider myself like the average Spider-Man fan, I suppose. You know, not that again we have no basis for Finn, so I guess whether you know Spider-Man that well or not, I guess it kind of just out the window. But at least from I think a less informed Spider-Man fan like myself, it was a surprise for me.
Like,
You know,
the rule of thumb for Spider-Man characters is if she doesn't immediately show powers or some kind of help, some kind of aid, she's for the streets.
Indeed.
what
Like,
you gonna say? She's the villain.
Honestly, like
Now she's all like she's on the street, she's on the rooftops, she's in the air.
Finn walking into Christmas and then them like, you know, being little geniuses is literally like guest starring on Law and Order. You know what it is. You know that's
You will
the
not
person that they're
survive.
looking for. Once you see that guest star on Law and Order, okay, that's who did it.
Guest starring Finn is like,
Yep.
So which funeral? Like,
I
when is
kinda
the
wanna make that
funeral?
meme now.
Guys, Uncle fucking
Aaron.
Aaron. Y'all.
Aaron jumped so much, like, and that's an issue I've had with a lot of these characters. Like, they're either jumping too much or not enough. It's like Aaron is like, oh yeah, like super chill. It's like, I did some shady stuff. I was the Prowler, not proud of it. Made your dad and I split up. I got an honest
Here's my
job.
beats.
Here are my beats. Go and find every single one of them and look like an idiot in the middle of the street. It's like, what am I trying to find? And you're holding up traffic.
Too close.
Not too far away.
I hate it when I was too far away. I was like, motherfucker. But like, it makes sense, you know, sound, right? You need the right distance from a particular sound source, right? I thought that made sense. And I actually like y'all are so hard. Y'all are so mean.
No, I'm just saying, I'm just making jokes. But it's, it's Aaron when it's like, oh yeah, we're
also,
chill.
I know what I said. Pause. I know what I said. I know what I said. We're gonna move on. All right? I was trying to say y'all so hard on the homie Uncle Aaron.
Hey,
that's probably even worse.
That's worse.
That's probably even worse.
Yeah, that's worse.
Let's just stop.
Tough.
All right.
Tough.
This has been
That's
Road
rough,
to
buddy.
Now Plan.
No, but Aaron's like, oh yeah, like we're chill, and Miles goes to him for help, and then immediately backstabs him, and then he's like, oh, you're Spider-Man, like, you know. Here's everything that Spider-Man stands against. That's what you should do. It's like, yes, let me trust the supervillain. Let me see what the supervillain says that I should do. It's like, thank you, Uncle Aaron. Like, that's
and then
exactly
in the
what
last
I
30 minutes, it's like, okay, redemption arc. Let's get it.
It's like, you go from chill to backstabber to just a dick to redemption arc and a question mark at the end. Like, redemption arc?
I pictured that like with just words in my head and then redemption arc. Question mark?
Like, he's like, oh yeah, like, I was just swinging through ESU. It's like, you know, I'm gonna go stop the Tinkerer. Like, you know, Spider-Man stuff. And immediately got Millie Rock. And it's
Yeah,
like,
I was
saw
just
the
doing
green
side
energy.
missions. I didn't even have audio for that because I didn't have my headset on. It was just random.
No, yeah, like, I saw the green energy. It's like, Aaron, you dick.
Bro, I was on the way to the last mission.
Yeah, me too.
And I was like, what the fuck is happening? Wait, what happened? Like, did I hit
Imagine
something?
he traps you when the new form goes off during that.
Yeah, it's like, dude, it's like, you literally know that, like, a small bomb is about to go off. And I tell him that. It's like, in the cell. It's like, something's gonna go bad in Harlem. People are gonna die. It's like, damn, that's wild. And then he turns on his headphones.
Damn, that's crazy. Like,
Damn, that's crazy. Here's 10 of me trying to
Like-
fight.
Yeah, post up.
like, here's the thing, right? Like, I understand where he was coming from. Like, he just wants Miles safe, right? And like wants to do at least one decent thing for the family to like make some sort of amends, right? Like, you know, like maybe hypothetically, right, if like Miles were actually killed trying to stop this whole thing, like, you
It
know,
would destroy
and-
Rio.
Yeah, it would destroy Rio, and then it would destroy her even more if Uncle Aaron knew about him being Spider-Man and, you know, had a chance to stop him. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like I see that side of where he was going with in
Yeah.
terms of trying to get him to stop, but like,
Well, you know the road to hell.
honestly, I don't even really hate that he felt that way, honestly.
I get it.
Yeah,
but it definitely plays into his, you know, selfish character.
100%.
Because I think Miles calls him out on it. It's like, you're doing this because you're selfish. Like, you don't want to deal with it. Like, you don't want to deal with what happens, like with the cost of the job. You didn't want to deal with it with Dad. You didn't want to. You don't want to deal with it with me, and you never wanted to deal with it with yourself. So you lied, and you betrayed the trust of your family. And this is a desperate attempt to win them back.
Yeah.
And so it's like you're removing all choice from me. And Miles, like, he escapes the cell. It's like, you're doing this because you're a coward. And he kind of like yells at him. He cuts him off. He says he cuts him off, but he really doesn't. Like, he's not like don't ever contact me again. Like, we're done. He says, like, I should do that, but we're family. And then he tells Genki, he's like, yeah, I just cut him off.
Yeah, I was really confused. I'm like, wait, like, did you say that? I'm like, I'm sitting here streaming, like, I have full attention. I don't recall you saying that.
Yeah,
And then it was like Genki was just like, that's rough, buddy. Click.
Click.
Like yeah, it's like, you like, for real? And I was like, yeah, like, I don't know what the Genki? Hello?
Oh, by the way, a local bodega is being robbed, by the way.
He calls him back. He's like, yo, can you get me an egg and cheese?
give me a bacon egg and cheese. Yeah, I mean, I think one of the best moments in the game, I think anyone could say that, is Uncle Aaron knowing that Miles is Spider-Man, almost instantly. I was like, that was perfect.
Right?
Perfect.
They started out real strong.
They did. I mean, I would argue that other than, I have a little to grab about with Prowler, honestly. Like, I think they did Uncle Aaron and Prowler, I think, pretty cool. Of course, we all talked about the prospect of Prowler being there, how much of an involvement he would have in the story and everything. Is he gonna die? Is he gonna ridicule Spider-Man? Which the opposite happens for the most part, except at the end. That was something that I wanted to talk to you about, like, during the Bets episode. Yeah, that's totally best territory. Yeah, for sure. But like, overall, like, I thought it was really cool seeing, like, the similar mentor vibe that we had in Spider-Verse, but he was more of a, no, I guess it was different, because, like, Prowler, I guess, no, I mean, like, Uncle Aaron in the Spider-Verse, like, mainly was a good person to Miles, right? But, like, even in spite of Uncle Aaron knowing that Miles is Spider-Man, that, like, he was still, I feel like, really helpful, and, like, Miles felt that he could go to Uncle Aaron for advice and everything, and he does eventually too, even though that ends up playing against his hand when he just sells the affirmation to fucking Krieger or whatever.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Which came out of
you know what?
nowhere.
Now that I said that, I'm like, why would you fucking do that?
It's like, here, Miles, I'm here to help you break into a Roxxon lab and destroy a new form generator. They can't find out I'm here at all, ever. And so it's like, oh, it's Spider-Man and the Prowler. We're going to fight them. And that has no negative repercussions at all.
Like, against Uncle Aaron himself?
Yeah.
That's a really good point, because that's before...
Yeah, that's before, like, you find out that he's working with Krieger. And
wait, that is a really big issue.
Yeah, and
how's Krieger not automatically, like, distrust? Unless, like, it was more of, like, a, hey, like, I saw you with Spider-Man here, so you're gonna tell me everything you got on him, or else I'm gonna fucking kill you. And him.
Then we should see that.
Oh, no. The businessman is threatening me. Whatever will I do with my super suit and my years of training?
Dude, he might give you some new form, bro. He might give you liquid cancer, bro.
Dude, liquid cancer? He's gonna give me a Red Bull?
Krieger, I have liquid cancer in an army. Yeah, well, I have clones.
I have clones.
I was like, oh, he's gonna get, like, not a Red Bull. That's a Monster. Monster is a liquid cancer.
Oh, thank God. I love Red Bull.
Yeah, no.
And, like, also, I mean, I believed Uncle Aaron when he was, when he said, hey, do not touch Spider-Man. If you just want Tinkerer, because, like, that's the main info that Uncle Aaron goes after with Miles, is, like, he's low-key also trying to get the Tinkerer, which I guess makes sense for Krieger to want Tinkerer more,
Why
but
did they meet in costume? Like, oh, here's a church that we went to when we were kids. Let me come as your number 2 enemy. Like, obviously, is Krieger and Roxanne are number 1. It's like, here's the second person you hate most in the world. What's up?
oh wait, like why did why did Finn and Miles meet?
Yeah, like in costume. Like they could have just
costume.
met and because it's like, oh yes, I revealed my identity in a last ditch effort to save my life. You're not talking to me, and we both despise the things the other is doing. Let me show up as the thing that you despise.
Damn, you got some solid ass points. Honestly, I'm like, because I'm welcoming I like this conversation for sure, right? But like, I'm also trying to like maybe get what Insomniac was trying to do, and for that, it's just hey, like they were gonna get captured, so
We need
they had
to have his face covered, and he needs to get captured. So
yeah,
we need to put a red target on their back. There we go. Let's put him on the top of the church. Suits on.
In the middle of the day.
middle of broad daylight. Yeah,
Double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon.
sun is still out. Come on, man, sun
Like-
is still out.
It's something that would have been a little better, in my opinion, is they show up. They know what the Tinkerer looks like because her face was revealed on the bridge. So, like, they meet at the church. She's with Miles. Like, both of them are out of costume. Rhino comes and attacks, knocks Miles out by, because he's Rhino. And Tinker is captured, and Miles is alright. It's like, what happened? Calls Aaron, kind of is like, they took her. So Miles goes to save her. It's like, why? Like, what are you doing? Like, you set this up. Like, why are you here? It's like, I don't know. I'm here to save you. And then they find out Aaron betrayed them both. Kind of. It kind of makes Krieger less of a mustache twirling villain, which I would have appreciated, because Krieger's just like, overall, just like a dickhead. There are no redeeming qualities to him whatsoever. Like,
I mean, I don't even know like that's the intent. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
like, but even they made Wilson Fisk more of a sympathetic character than Eddie Brock looking ass. Like I was like, oh yeah, like Krieger is just the worst. But like Wilson Fisk at least had like some sympathetic values. Like, oh, I love New York. The only way to stop crime is to control crime, kind of mentality. Like that's something that you can at least get behind. But like, here's we captured monster energy and we put it in a vial, and this is going to power Harlem, and it's giving everybody cancer.
And nobody's taking a look at it.
And
FDA
no one-
approved.
And well, not even FDA approved. Like that's something they say on the Danicast is like, this has been through no testing whatsoever, and they're promoting
see,
it as safe.
That's the issue. I don't think I told you on the side, and I definitely didn't say it on the cast, but my headset is going through it right now. The
Miles
USB is
wearing the
bricked.
headset. They're both going through a lot.
Yup. The USB is bricked, so for all of the side missions that I had been playing before before the last mission, I had no audio. So like the Danica cast, I'd be swinging, and I'm not gonna like just keep looking down and reading subtitles while I'm swinging and doing side missions. So I missed a lot of that.
That is unfortunate because the Danica cast I thought was really cool.
I really like the Danicast.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Even like when she would have guests on like Genki, and J. Jonah Jameson and stuff like that. Like I thought it worked out really well. I thought that it was really cool.
It's It.
It's a nice contrast from JJJ show.
Yeah, Peter needs to love himself a little more. Like, send him that that link to the Danicast, like, because it's so nice to have, like, you say, hey, it's nice to hear. It's like Spider-Man's doing a good job.
Hell yeah.
Instead of, you wake up, you're swinging at 5 a.m. chasing bank robbers. Man, fuck Spider-Man.
Hey yo, fuck that guy.
I don't know. Like I wouldn't listen to JJ's show if I were Spider-Man, because I feel like, imagine you're having a bad day. Like you pull what Miles did, like you mess up an entire convoy or whatever, and you're already beating yourself up over it. And it's like, hey, see, this is why we shouldn't have masked idiots like Spider-Man. Like, it's like, all right, thanks. That's a good way to end the day.
Guys, I'm sorry. I saw a picture on Twitter of the new Spider-Man when he's crying at the end because Aunt May and all that.
Yeah.
And it
Because
says,
Aunt May and all that.
The death of Aunt May.
guys, it was a meme.
Yo, what a way to describe the game.
Guys, it said
You're
I
a
lost a Stark internship. And it's like,
That's vile.
oh man,
Aunt May.
good times.
Aunt May she's like coughing up blood. Like, Tony Stark doesn't like me anymore.
Oh man, what a
But-
game.
What a game. But I know like a majority of my complaints, well, they're complaints, they're going to be negative, but I don't want my criticisms and my concerns surrounding the narrative and some of the characterization to make it seem like I don't like this game. I do. I played it on
Yeah.
PS4, and that was a miserable experience. I'm gonna be honest.
Shit, we've gone to like the frame rate dips. It's like kind of shitty, but then to like miserable.
It is. I can't play it anymore. The frame rate dips to like 5. And,
Fuck, man.
and it just freezes a lot of the time. It's like the longer I play the game, the worse it gets.
My
That
friend
hurts.
sent me a video of him downloading it on his PS4, and I tried to call him. I was like, "Are you on a Slim or a Pro?" He's like,
man.
"I don't know." And he sent me a picture. It's a base PS4,
Fucking
not even a
yikes.
Slim. I was like, "Sir,
Godspeed.
I would not advise this." And he's like, "Nah, it'll be fine."
It runs pretty. I want to do New Game Plus to get the platinum, but I just can't. Like the frame rate is so bad.
I say because you are getting a PS5, just wait because you're gonna fucking love it on PS5.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna wait. Like I want to
Yeah.
get that platinum, but I'm not gonna endure the frame rate. So I did everything. I got 100% on my first playthrough. I did everything you can do. Literally all that's left is the New Game Plus stuff, and then I'm done. So
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'm gonna actually, you know what? No, I haven't done all of the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man app things. I haven't done like a lot of those. I've done a few, but not a lot. Other than that, and then New Game Plus. But I'm gonna wait to do that. I'm gonna give it a little time, just But I will get the plat, of course. I am going to go back though and play it on performance mode when I do my New Game Plus, because I did it on fidelity. I think Tariel also played it on fidelity as well.
No, I played I tried to switch it back to fidelity last night. I need a better monitor.
Why?
There was not significant, but considerable frame rate drops. And I was like, I'm not doing this for the last mission. I'm not doing that.
The fuck, for real?
but that's not a monitor issue.
Yeah, that's not a monitor thing. That's definitely
That's
a game issue.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's-
it's only a 60 hertz monitor. I figured the frame rate would exceed that.
No,
Fidelity
what?
mode is at 30 frames.
Fidelity mode's at 30 frames.
Yes.
So then
Yeah.
what was the issue?
Performance is at 60.
Performance is at 60 frames.
So then what
So
was the issue?
the issue is how long was the console on before that?
Not that long.
So that's
Huh.
probably just a game issue. Like that's
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a game.
yeah.
Maybe
No,
just-
your
maybe
monitor.
just it was in the room where you get the suit from Prowler. So maybe that room was just broken.
It's yeah, no, that's just a game issue. Sometimes like it feels like the game isn't very optimized. But I also can't really say that with confidence. At least the PS4, the PS4 version is as optimized as I think you can get it to be. it's not great, but it is what it is because I'm playing on like 7-year-old hardware.
It's not much, but it's honest work.
It's not much, but it's honest work. The PS5 version, however, like if there are considerable frame drops, that is an issue. But it doesn't seem to be a very common issue, so it might just be that room, it might just be that session, or it might just be your console.
Yeah, like I think it was definitely just like that one thing because it's definitely not your monitor. It's definitely the game thing for sure.
Like,
sure.
Give me an excuse to get a new monitor.
I mean, King. Treat yourself, King.
Like,
bro, I can link you my Acer. You know, mine's a 4K 60. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like I think like 250, 300. You know what I'm saying?
Or if you wanna be in the trenches with me with my 140, like my 1440, like 144 hertz.
I have a
1080p
144 hertz.
Or you can get that 4K 240 $800 curved monitor.
I need that. Listen, I need that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've looked at it a few times, ArachKnight. Like, it's on my wish list for Amazon. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying I'm gonna buy it at some point.
It is a beauty. It is a beauty.
Like, if it gets to like 400, I might do it.
400? That's how much I paid for this monitor. I would cry if that thing turned into 400 because I would cry. There would be tears. I would open mouth cry.
I mean, look, if I get a 4K 144 hertz monitor, I'm good for like a few years.
That's solid. But those are like $600.
Yeah, I'm like good for a while, you know. But right now I'm cool because hey, 60 frames, that's more than I could ask for. Like I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see.
Especially since you're primarily a console connoisseur.
Exactly.
It doesn't really matter all that much.
Exactly. Like really, all you need 60. Well, I mean that's not really true because Black Ops Cold War has a 120 frames mode at like 1080p, I think. So there is that, but I digress. What I was saying about the fidelity mode is that like the game is gorgeous on fidelity mode. Like it is so impressive, and like the reason why I stuck with fidelity honestly is just because like it was at such a locked 30. Like I could really not tell if it dipped, and if it did dip, I did see on Digital Foundry I think or IGN, I forgot which one. It was when you were transitioning in and out of cutscenes, it would drop by a single frame, and that was the only dropped frames that they could measure on fidelity mode on PS5. You know. So other than that, I really could not tell that it was dropping. It was a locked 30 as far as I was concerned. So I was like, damn, like this frame rate, at least it's not dipping. I'll stick to fidelity for this first run, and then later I'll do performance. But I did flip it over to performance. The game still looks fucking beautiful on performance. You know what I'm saying? So I think at the end of the day, if you like 60 frames, definitely do 60 frames. But I would implore just to check out both modes because they both have really, really big pros to them, you know? Mm-hmm. But I thought the game looked gorgeous for sure. I'm trying to think of anything else that we didn't hit, honestly. Okay, Simon Krieger, yeah, he kind of sucks. Oh my God, are we gonna talk about? I mean, we talked about Wilson Fisk. Are we talking about? Are we gonna talk? Oh, you know what? Before we get there, that museum flashback with Peter and fucking Doc Ock. Are you fucking kidding me?
A nice touch.
Great touch. Loved it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that was great. Cause like he was talking about. I mean, like when you know Peter leaves and stuff like that. And Doc Ock goes back and he brings up like, oh, like running it through the mesh, whatever. Like, was he referring to like the tentacles stuff? You know, to his like.
Because I believe it was like an interface. Like, how do you get something to respond that quickly with as simple of a control as possible?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, how do you create something that's durable yet like efficient enough to get a result that they wanted? Because they were looking over at the cubes that respond to pre-made shapes in the app, So it's like, how do you get something to work on a scale of their level? And how do you get that to work with a neural interface? I believe. So it's like, yeah, like if you were to use something that's like non-toxic to humans and you were to run it through the mesh or whatever, you would be able to have a connection from your brain, the phone, to the object you're trying to manipulate, the arm/cube. So that I honestly didn't really pay that much attention because I was just like, I was looking over at them. It's like, damn, Ock is bald, huh? Like he's balding.
Definitely, bro.
And Peter's face, like, and all that. So when they separated, because Peter's like, oh, hey, I know it's like the 5th time this week, but I gotta dip early. It's like fucking. It's like, okay. So I followed him, and I was really hoping to see something like Peter starts like running at the end of the corridor, because it's like a Spider-Man thing.
Mm-hmm.
And nope, he just walked out.
That's it? Oh, because I was streaming and I stayed with Doc Ock. I'm like, shit, I wish I went with Peter for a little bit.
Nah, you didn't miss much with Peter. Like, Peter doesn't say anything, doesn't do anything, just walks out and walks into the abyss, and he's gone, and that's it.
Yeah. I like how also, like, it was such a quick thing that when they eventually do meet later on in Spider-Man PS4, they're not going to remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're not going to remember.
No fucking way, you know? So, like, I like that it was such a quick, small thing.
They just
a quick bump.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally just bump at the museum. Like, you do that. I mean, we used to, you know, pre-COVID and all that. Yeah, pre the Doc times.
Yeah, dude, I was hitting the science museum every weekend.
Man, I loved those museums as a kid. Like,
I did too.
Yeah, but it's... Yeah, no, a college grad bumping into a middle schooler, yeah, I wouldn't remember that. I was like, get out
Absolutely
of my way,
fucking
child.
not. No way, yeah, no way I
Peasant.
remember that piece of shit. Absolutely.
You are in my way.
Infant.
Yeah.
But
overall, loved it. Yeah.
Good
loved
time.
that little thing.
But
Big
honestly,
fan.
in that scene, they did a really good job when Miles bumped into Peter of showing the exaggerated swagger of a black teen.
True. Dude, it was so crazy when Miles brought out a skateboard and did a kickflip over him and Doc Ock for 500 points.
Am I gonna name this review the exaggerated swagger of a black teen?
Please.
With the meme I sent you.
Oh man, guys, we gotta talk about this post-credit scene, guys.
Oh.
Are we fucking serious?
Kevin saw my live reaction to that.
I did see that.
I was
knew
in
exactly
Discord,
what he was
mic
trying to
muted
do,
because the audio was playing through my speakers. I was losing it.
Road to Spider-Man 2 is official, my boys. Are we gonna be back, us three?
Absolutely.
We got to, right? I mean, come on, man.
It's the team.
All right. What do we got
The
to
trio
talk
will
about?
return. Question mark?
The trio. Well, we got one more episode, and then we will return.
No, true.
Well, the trio
Kurt
will return
Connors.
next week.
That's true. That's also true. The trio will return twice.
Kurt fucking Connors, bro. Kurt Connors, guys.
Let's go.
How, you know what? I really want to hear Terrell on this. Terrell, what are your thoughts on this whole thing?
Honestly, my brain locked out as soon as I saw like symbiote crawling on his arms. I didn't even notice that it was Dr. Kurt Connors. I just knew that Osborn was yelling at a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
My brain went haywire as soon as I saw him in the tank like that. I'm so excited. Do you
Man. He's gonna be out of the tank, bro. He's fucking out. It's gonna happen. We're really gonna get symbiote. Like, we're really gonna get it.
Next game. I wonder if it's gonna be like a symbiote, like... Well, I mean, they do it with every symbiote, where it just makes Peter into an asshole.
And then he dances down the street.
Yeah, it's crazy. Or like, or
crazy.
Ultimate Spider-Man, where he immediately rejects it. because they could do that.
Interesting.
There are differences in the symbiote. Like, we don't know if this is an alien symbiote or an engineered symbiote. Like, we don't.
Yeah.
So, in Amazing Spider-Man and the 616 universe, it is an alien symbiote, part of an alien planet. It was dumb, but it's an alien. In Ultimate Spider-Man, Peter Parker's father and Eddie Brock's father engineered the symbiote in an attempt to cure cancer. And then obviously it didn't do that. And
it sounds like it's engineered, right?
Yeah, like,
I think so.
Yeah, it more than likely engineered.
With the direction that everything is taking, like, in this universe, I think that's the way that they would go.
So, it's something that'll probably be on, like, you know, attached to Harry. Harry loses control. Peter stops him. It latches onto Peter, and then we're gonna see whether or not it's something that Peter automatically rejects, or it's a major part of the story. Because the symbiote at least in previous Spider-Man media, the symbiote amplifies and feeds off of a negative emotional reaction. So the angrier you are, the more violent you are, the more, you know, hostile you are, the symbiote amplifies that and feeds off of it.
Interesting.
So we're gonna see what kind of direction they go with it. I hope they don't go the route where it's like Peter's an asshole for like half the game, because it's kind of been done to death, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like,
even
we saw it in Spider-Man
different
3.
mediums.
Yeah, we saw it in
2.
We saw it in the comics. We saw it in Spider-Man 3. We saw it in Spectacular Spider-Man. We saw it in Spider-Man the Animated Series. We saw it in Ultimate Spider-Man. We saw it in the game Ultimate Spider-Man. Like, it's been done to death. We get it. The symbiote makes you a dickhead.
I wonder. If not Peter, then who?
Harry.
I wonder. Oh, I mean, yeah, but
like, it doesn't need to be. We don't need to see Peter fall again, because, like, he's already lost everything. Like, Aunt May's dead. Martin Lee's in jail. Doc Ock is in jail. It's a little thing I noticed in the beginning of the game when Peter's talking about the raft is, like, hopefully they've figured out their octopus-related issues. Like, he sounded like Yuri Lowenthal's a phenomenal voice actor.
oh,
like,
10 out of 10. Absolutely.
He did a great job with that line delivery, because Peter sounded pained when he said that.
Yeah.
Like, the scar of Doc Ock is still healing.
100%. Yeah. I was really excited. I mean, what I'm thinking too, right? Like how you said that. Okay, like, you know, it gets stronger by negative energies, right?
Yeah.
What if, like, something horrible happens to Peter, right? Like, hypothetically, right? And then what if the symbiote becomes the equivalent of how the Venom powers were, where it becomes like the L1 square, L1 triangle, L1X abilities, you know, and you have like Venom attacks. Well, fuck, it's the same name. Shit. Symbiote attacks.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like, that, like, could that be what they were nailing and, like, trying to, like, play around with and see how that would be done? Control scheme wise and stuff like that? And
that would be better if we were playing, like, a Venom-led game where we're playing as Venom.
No, I don't think that's what he means. Like, he's saying that testing the waters for an added moveset, but Miles' moveset is not dynamic enough for a symbiote-related thing, because there are two ways that you can do the symbiote and do it justice that have been done previously. You can either just make him a souped-up Spider-Man, where he has a different set of moves and he's stronger, or you make him base Spider-Man with a few different moves and long-ranged attacks, like with the tendrils, like the tentacles.
Right.
Like Web of Shadows. By the way, Web of Shadows, phenomenal game. I hope they take it back. Because in Web of Shadows, the only way, or not the only way, the way that you switched from red suit combos to black suit combos was by clicking in the left stick. It was that easy.
Oh.
Because you could be in the middle of a red combo, click in, and then finish with a strong venom attack. And it would make it was seamless, it was clean, it was fast. There was no load times, nothing. It was just red to black, new moveset. It was
kind of like switching stances in Tsushima.
Even slicker. Like
as slick as my PS5.
It's not what I thought you were gonna say.
Yeah, I was worried.
What the fuck? Yo, chill. I know it's a late night episode, but damn, yo, I'm chilling.
No,
you know what I'm saying? I'm chilling.
Listen, all I need is a Symbiote Edition PS5. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Expeditiously.
Guys,
Indubitably.
You already know the marketing for this game is gonna be blacked the fuck out. It's gonna be
Give
looking
it to
crazy.
me.
It's that marketing. I bet the marketing team is cooking. They're cooking right now. They're cooking
with grease.
They can't wait. They can't wait. They can't wait.
I hope it's not just the advanced suit, but black. Like, that's one of my gripes that I've had with the Raimi movies. Like, the black suit's cool, but it's just a different logo and black. That's it. But I hope they make it a little comic accurate, a little bit, where something you may not have noticed if you didn't read the comics or watch the show is the more that Peter becomes or the Spectacular Spider-Man show, to be specific, the more Peter becomes attached to the symbiote, the stronger their bond gets, the bigger the spider becomes, and becomes that white spider logo that we know of.
Ooh.
Because it starts out as just Peter's red costume, but black, just completely black. But as Peter becomes more angry and more volatile and starts giving into the symbiote, his suit starts to change and turns into the classic Venom symbiote suit.
And then just a technical change. The web shooter is like on the back of his hand, right? Like there's white squares on the back of his hand.
That's just a design choice.
Just a design choice? I could have sworn I seen him like when I was a kid shooting the webs out of the back of his hand.
The symbiote suit makes its own webs, so he can shoot webs from wherever.
Okay, so that's probably why.
Like, the only Spider-Men that have done that directly, I believe, is Spider-Man 2099 and maybe Ben Reilly. I could be wrong about Riley, but I know 2099, that's how he web swings. Somehow. But
Interesting.
yeah, no, the symbiote makes its own webs. It's a cool suit. But if you want to see us geek about that, catch us on Road to Spider-Man PS5 whenever that is.
Can't fucking wait. Oh, I guess the very, very last thing we didn't talk about. Guys, if you somehow watch this whole spoiler cast and didn't do the last postcard collectibles, I need you to do that.
Immediately.
That shit was so fucking great.
It was heavy.
You know? That was
heavy.
man. That was heavy ass shit. Like, that shit was fucking depressing. But it was so endearing. Like it was a very, very good way that they did it. Like, I feel like, you know? Like, it... And I feel like this is not only Miles, but like not really so much as a player, but and like I guess low key with the player, but mainly for Miles is like last like goodbye to his father. You know, like that shit hurts, bro. That shit was depression. You know, fuck, man, shit hurt for real. Definitely. So y'all definitely do the postcards if you didn't, cause I was on stream and I was like, guys, like I'm gonna just get off. I'll do them later. A lot of people were like, no, do it now, stream it now, do it now. I'm like, I bet. And then I had no idea what they were until get the first one. And it's really quick. It's only like 8 of them. It'll go by really fast because you're not gonna want to stop once you start getting them. It's a spoiler cast, whatever. So like stop, Kevin. if you didn't get them, just get them. I don't know whether to say it or not. I don't know.
If you
It's a
didn't
spoiler.
get them, bye bye.
Yeah.
There's nothing else that you're gonna miss here. All right, bye bye.
Yeah, definitely get them. It ties back to Miles' dad. R.I.P. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. But
I was trying to give you an opening to talk about it, like at the beginning. You know, the spoilers.
Okay,
Everybody
fuck
hasn't
it.
played left. Yeah, I was trying to give you an
Word.
opening.
Okay. If you didn't play it, get the fuck out. 3, 2, 1. All right. Yeah. So it's these recordings that Miles did, like that Miles' dad did, I guess, the year prior. I guess.
Yeah.
For Miles.
Because I mean that was his 17th birthday, but in
Yeah,
the
a
message he
year
was
and
saying 16th,
a
right?
few months. Because the end of the gap between. Okay, so Miles' dad dies. L.
Jesus Christ.
The rest of
All
Spider-Man
right, hold up.
PS4 happens.
Miles' dad dies. L.
L.
L. Then like a
Jesus
week
Christ.
later, the end of Spider-Man PS4 happens. The DLC happens, which takes the course over a few weeks. Well, okay, Spider-Man PS4 ends with the time jump after Aunt May dies, because that's when Peter and MJ get back together. And then the DLC happens right after. And then from the end of the DLC to a year,
That's when Miles starts, right?
yeah, then that's where Miles Morales starts. So it's been like a year and like a half, maybe. Like a year and from a year and like 3 months to a year and a half.
Yeah, because if I got it right, I think Miles' mom says that, like, yeah, like, this was made last year or whatever.
Yeah.
And, like, maybe it was intended for last year, but maybe, like, the wound was just too deep, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, too fresh, obviously, because, yeah, like, for obvious reasons. So she gave it to him, like, the year after. Which, like, that checked out for me. Like, yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
it was made for his 16th birthday, and his dad made the postcards in advance. So Miles was 15 during Spider-Man PS4.
Yeah, right.
So he turned 16, and his dad got it ready, but you know he's dead. So she waits a year, and then he's 17 now.
Yeah.
So that would make Peter 25 about.
Shit. But yeah, like, I thought it was a really, really great touch to add in the end. Yeah, I that was a great way. Yeah, great. I thought it was a great amount of time to do them, and I thought it was a great position to put them in the game in terms of like when it actually happens. Because I feel like that would, like, if it was like the last thing you did before the boss battle, I feel like that would have been like, no, like, this is not the time to do this, you know.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a great way to do it, and when they did it, for sure. But gentlemen, I guess we're at this hour of the night. Do we have any last things that you want to say about the game? Any last thoughts on it that you didn't get to say? You have the floor to Real Deathly. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I don't think that there was anything positive nor negative that I missed. But I do want to like repeat what ArachKnight said about, like, despite, you know, us going off for about an hour and a half on like little minute stuff that we didn't like, I still love this game. This game is still amazing.
Absolutely. And like I hope that was clear. Oh damn! Excuse shit. Kev, you alright? Kev, are you okay, bro?
I got you.
Yeah, bro.
First
Shit.
Jefferson,
You
now
good?
Kev.
Jesus Christ. Like
L.
Did you
L.
Jefferson? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I hope that it was very clear that, hey, like, we all fucking love this game. But yeah, like, we can poke holes in it, you know. There's definitely holes in it for sure. But it's still a fucking fantastic ride.
Yeah,
you know.
there's holes in cheese. Still tastes fantastic.
Damn, bro.
Shout out to Swiss.
ArachKnight. You got anything to leave on the table, you may do so.
Number scores. I'd like to hear them.
Shit, I like this. Okay.
Out of 10.
Would that be done? Oh, you said numbered scores. Okay.
Yes.
I'm thinking like 8.4 to 8.7.
I'm at this might be a little controversial. I'm at a 7.8. There's too much black teen swagger.
And this has been the episode of Miles Morales.
No,
The mask has been taken off.
I it's like an 8 for me.
Yeah,
I was gonna
say.
say 8 to 8.2.
Okay. So definitely an 8 around there.
Yeah,
for
at least
sure.
an 8.
Yeah, definitely. And like I guess my last big question for you guys too. Do we like this more than the original Spider-Man PS4?
No.
I mean, no. Like, disregarding all of, like the PS5's innate enhancements. No.
Okay. There's parts of it that I like more. But they're super biased. I mean, I don't think it's really hard to believe that I could connect more with Miles than Peter on a multitude of different things. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
If we put that aside, of course, that very clear bias that I'm sure we all have as Hispanics and all that. Yeah, I love the Venom abilities. I think I didn't expect to like them a lot as I do now. I definitely didn't anticipate that. And I think it's gonna be weird to go to Spider-Man Remastered and not have them. I think, and the little gameplay tweaks, being able to do takedowns during off the wall or off the ceiling or stuff like that. But so I think from a gameplay solely perspective, I think I might like it a little bit more. I think because of that, but I think overall as a game, you're definitely gonna get a more full package with Spider-Man Remastered or Spider-Man PS4. So there's certain things I like about Miles Morales more than the original, but I think the original is clearly just more of there's more there, obviously, but yeah. ArachKnight, I forgot. Did you say your final thoughts? I forgot.
Not I pretty much got my thoughts across. Definitely play it. Definitely recommend it. It's worth your time.
100%.
Whether you're last gen or next gen or last gen or current gen, rather. Definitely find a way to play this game. And if you can't get a PS5, then if you have a PS4 Pro, then you should be fine. If you have a base PS4 like me, well, then good luck, Charlie. But it's worth it. I would do it again.
Would you tell someone to let's say they're getting a PS5 in a few months? Would you tell them to wait to
I would
play it on PS5?
I would.
If you know that you're going to be getting it for Christmas or shortly after Christmas, I would say just as of right now, if you know that you're getting the PS5, wait.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I would probably say the same thing too. Yeah. Overall, this game was fucking amazing. I loved it. I thought it was very, very great. I think it was such a good move from Sony and from Insomniac to line this up to have a new Spider-Man experience at launch, in spite of it being a Lost Legacy type of style of game, this standalone side game that isn't as big. I think that once you get into it and once you start playing it, you forget that it's a limited experience. It's just shorter. It's not really a limited experience. I feel you know what I'm saying? I feel that it has all of Manhattan in it. It looks fantastic. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of stuff to do in there. That's where I'm at. Where it is. I'm just really thankful that we got this game at launch on PS5 and they were able to launch with this. The way they were able to line that up, perfect. It's a great time. I feel that if you love Spider-Man PS4, it's clear that you gotta play this game. Also, if you're interested in Spider-Man 2 and you play Spider-Man PS4 but are questioning this game, you're gonna have to play this game. You know what I'm saying? You're definitely gonna do yourself justice by doing it. Just seeing seeing what Miles goes through. In this game. But overall, I loved it. Good stuff. So I guess that's been Spider-Man Miles Morales, the spoiler cast. Next week is the last episode of Road to Miles Morales. We're gonna do we're gonna come back for the last time, and we're gonna discuss our bets, all right, and see how that all shook up. But this has been Road to Miles Morales, the weekly podcast series about any and all things Spider-Man Miles Morales as we head towards the release of Spider-Man Miles Morales / we're on it already. And with, just kidding, that's the intro. You can catch wait, pause, damn, I'm all fucked up. To real, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter.com, Terrell Deathly, or in the Discord, Terrell Deathly
That was
House.
unnecessary.
Send me a message, say hi. I'll say hi back. You know, we have a nice conversation about bacon, egg, and cheeses. Possibly Miles Morales. Or if you just want to talk about your day, that's cool.
Love to see it. Love to see it. ArachKnight, where can people find you?
I am on Twitter at Orly_Macias. I enjoy all the same things that he does. I am open to all the same conversations. I'm also on the PlayStation Source Discord, which you can find the link to in the description below. Under the same name of the ArachKnight. Good community, good people. It was a good time.
Beautiful, beautiful. And of course, you can catch the show here on youtube.com/PlayStation Source, as well as your favorite podcast service every Saturday by hitting the anchor link down below to find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and any other major podcast service, or by just searching PlayStation Source podcast feed. To support the show, you can of course like and subscribe, as well as become a member of the channel by hitting that join button to become a Prince tier for $1 or King tier for $5, and get access to different channel badges, emotes, as well as shoutouts on PSS content, just like the homies Caleb Kaiser, ArachKnight, Chungi, Tapiwa Musa, and the homie Owen. Much love to you guys. Love to all the members. Follow us on other platforms down below, such as Discord and Twitter in the description. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next week for the bets episode. Thank you all for watching, and as always,
Greatness
awaits.
A little early.
You know, it's alright.